Hey there, fellow watchers. It's that time of the week again. Born to watch. Baseball's known as America's pastime. And whilst it may not be that huge in Australia, it's hard to argue that baseball movies aren't hugely popular down under. Field of Dreams is more than a baseball movie. And it probably took me to this rewatch to understand the depth of its narrative. As a man myself, I had a unique father-son relationship. And especially now as a father, Field of Dreams hit like a freight train for all the right reasons and made me see it in a different light. We've already done a sports movie that's not a sports movie in Rocky. And Field of Dreams could fall into that category as well. Now, is this heaven?
No.
G-Man, how are you, mate?
Good evening. Great to be back. Yeah, good. We call this a sports movie with sport in the background. That's a good thing we can debate.
Yeah, it's up there. Well, we'll mass debate that. Damo, welcome back.
No, it's Iowa. That's just answering your previous question.
Mate, how are you? You must be fresh. You've been in and out. You're going back. You are going back into the 3-week rotation as of this week.
Yeah. I'll be back to normal now. I did listen to last week when I wasn't here, and I feel the lack of respect you showed for the nose of the leopard. To put that in the same sort of level as Gal's song. I was like, this is unbelievable because it's been critically acclaimed.
Where's it been critically acclaimed?
Look,
it's won the Golden Trough Boy.
Mate, apparently it's doing big stuff up at Vicky Point. Yeah.
It's huge.
Huge in Vicky Point.
It's gone viral.
It's gone absolutely viral.
It's that was an incredible piece.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I respect every kick-ass that you do.
Yeah.
Just some on different levels.
No,
I think Nose of the Leopard was a little lazy.
Oh, that's harsh.
When you're known for pull the leash, it's tough. That's a high bar.
Yeah, but
that's the highest bar.
This was some creative genius. But anyway,
that is best.
But if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and listen to Rocky 3, our podcast a couple of weeks ago.
It's the
nose of the leopard. It's the thrill of the brawl. Like, it's so different.
Yeah.
It is so different.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Okay, overs and unders. This is a 1989 movie, 35 years old. I'm going to say that this is not a movie that I'm anticipating is going to be seriously big numbers. So I've taken myself into account here, and I've taken Damo out of the equation.
That's smart.
I've gone with 17. Which is half. Well, it's once every 2 years. G-Man, over or under 17?
I would think maybe under, but slightly, maybe 15, somewhere along that line. This is a really enjoyable movie, and it certainly was massive back in the day when it came out.
Yeah, it was massive. It's surprisingly massive.
Yes. But it was also once you watch, I mean, it's a great story, but I could not tell you the last time I watched this movie.
Yeah.
Although I really enjoyed the rewatch, got the whole family to watch it, but been a long time between drinks. So absolutely. I would say 15. I'm going to say 15.
15. Damo, same question to you. Do you remember when you first saw it?
Yes, 89. The years 88 to about 92, I saw pretty much everything on Tuesday night at Forestville RSL.
Okay.
And this is one of them. Now, I'm on 3.
3.
When I saw it, I did not think it was that flash at first.
Yes.
I watched it about a year ago, and I absolutely can't give too much away. Oh, I love it.
But you know what?
I don't know what happened. I changed.
No. But I think there's so many layers in this movie. There's so many layers, and this is why this time, mate, you thought Con Air was an emotional roller coaster for me. This
is
mate. I reckon I'll be fighting tears back during the podcast.
I was thinking this. Yeah, so this time it was about a year ago. I watched it second. I really and then I watched it again, and I still really enjoyed it. But it is. I don't think there are too many movies that make men more emotional than women.
Well, I do pose a question, and I'm not sure whether I've put it in question time, but let me just check and see if I have. I'll leave it. I've got a question in there, which is quite poignant to that statement that you've just made. Myself, Gow, do you remember when you first saw it?
No, couldn't tell you when I first saw it. I was going to say it was 89, so I dare say it was with you somewhere.
I'd say it probably. Like, this is my first memory of this is watching this with my dad. Didn't see it at the movies, but I went through a real baseball movie love, like The Natural, Bull Durham.
Did you watch
Major
Eight
League?
Men Out?
Major League, 8 Men Out.
8 Men Out came out the same year.
Same year.
Yeah. Then
But-
Bull Durham was a year later.
Yeah. So I went through this whole baseball movie love, and this movie was the one that I went. I'm going to watch any baseball movie. You've got me.
Yeah.
And it probably made me fall in love a bit. Like I love baseball. I love watching baseball. And I think it was this movie that really cemented it and said, you love the sport. You really enjoy it. And I think this movie, this time around, was powerful, man. Super powerful on so many different levels.
Yeah.
The father-son, the father-daughter, the whole...
The son-father.
The son-father.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so...
I don't reckon I would have watched this since I've had kids. So that gives it a different aspect.
Yeah, different perspective, for sure.
It absolutely ramps it up another notch.
Yeah.
And I suppose too, I mean, you know, you're with your own dad too, your
For sure.
relationships,
Yeah.
you know, things have changed too. It would even go to another level.
And that was it. So when we talk about a lot of the stuff that he says about how he was with his dad, I'm like, fuck.
That's me.
Geez, I was similar.
Yeah.
You know, and I think at some stage we do drift away from them, right?
Yep.
Just because we don't want to hear what they've got to say, or we tend to not agree with them, or we tend to not want to agree with them, or we tend to not want to admit that they're right. Probably more that than anything else. But it's an amazing.
But also, like he said, his dad was by 36 was worn down by life.
Yeah.
But we are just hitting our prime.
Well, look, you know, we start. Then this is good actually. When we were 16, so our dads would have been 40, I guess, around 40.
Yeah.
Early 40s.
Yeah,
40
early
or
40s.
And we used to ask, Dan on the land used to ask this all the time. Do you think our dads still laugh at farts?
Oh yeah.
Right? That was, and
Right,
so even now,
comedy gold.
Now, Gow, you are over 50, Damo. Gow is 50 this year. Dan is 50 this year, and I'm 50 next year.
You're getting old, you blokes.
I got to say,
Prime.
I don't think I've ever found farts funnier.
Yeah, look, it's the intellectual humor anyway. So yeah, but that's right. You would when you're young, you think 40's old, then you think 50's old, and like right now, I don't know what old is. Maybe 90.
Well, the thing is,
know.
I had a girl that works with me ask me the other week, how old do you feel? And I go, physically 75. Mentally, 16.
Still a juvenile delinquent.
16.
You only have to listen to the stuff that we talk about and laugh at.
Yes, you are right.
It's only getting up first thing in the morning that you feel older.
Yeah.
Apart from that,
you only have to listen to
25.
Pull, tug, Rick's leash.
Yeah, I mean, just stupid humor like that.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I think we'll still be 75, 80.
Still laughing at
just
that.
crapping at.
Still laughing.
laughing
Well,
at
Born
that
to
crap.
Watch will still be going.
Yeah.
We'll be
for
on
sure.
an island then. The Born to Watch island.
that we own. Yeah.
So look, I'm over 17, and again, this is a video shop one that's helped me, but I'm not hugely over. Love this movie, but it's not a movie you can watch over
No,
and
I
over
don't
and over
think
and
so.
over.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm somewhere between 17 and 30, and that's numbers are heavily weighted because of the video shop. Really enjoyed, as I said, really enjoyed this rewatch of it. Many different layers.
it is an easy rewatch because it's a good overall story. And there's a family aspect to it. There's a sports aspect to it. There's good, like, James Earl Jones and Kevin Costner are really good
yeah.
together.
So good.
James Earl Jones is amazing.
But then
Movie.
Burt Lancaster comes in,
Burt
and that
Lancaster's
part's
good.
amazing.
Yep.
I actually fell asleep in that part because I watched it last night or yesterday afternoon, and I had to have a bit of a kip because we'd had a big weekend. And I had a bit of a kip, and I went back and watched it again. So I woke up and then watched it to the end when I woke up. Then I went back and watched the Burt Lancaster bit, and I'd forgotten how good that part is. And it's only about 8 minutes.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's just a great part of the film. So yeah,
I think also too that Burt Lancaster is such an amazing actor that he just takes that role.
Yeah, last
so
film.
well.
Last film.
It was his last film, but I mean, he's so good.
Yeah.
Such a good actor. Just nails that whole role.
Yeah, he's good.
Understated.
Yeah. I've got a lot to say about the casting, good, the bad, the ugly, as I'm sure everyone does. G-Man, why don't you tell us about Field of Dreams?
Okay, with the tagline, all his life, Ray Kinsella was searching for his dreams. Then one day, his dreams came looking for him. If you build it, he will come. With these words, Iowa farmer Ray Kinsella is inspired by a voice he can't ignore to pursue a dream that he can hardly believe. Supported by his wife, Annie, Ray begins the quest by turning his ordinary cornfield into a place where dreams can come true. Along the way, he meets reclusive activist Terrence Mann, the mysterious Doc Graham, and even the legendary Shoeless Joe Jackson. A heartwarming experience that has movie critics and audiences like no other film of this generation. Field of Dreams is a glowing tribute to all who dare to dream.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Well, there you go. Pretty good trailer.
Yeah, it kind of captures it all, doesn't it? Captures the essence of the movie.
Doesn't give too much away, though.
Gives the whole Terrence Mann stuff away, though.
What, that he
heard the voice?
That he heard the voice.
He's there. He's there at the field.
It's true, it does. It does actually.
I would have kept him up the sleeve, but it keeps Burt Lancaster up the sleeve.
It does. But the thing that I noticed was the outstanding look back from Ray Liotta.
Oh, good look back.
I mean, Croaks must be.
Croaks like. I reckon he's used it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Croaks used it.
Well, I don't mean it in that way. Croaks has probably used it. He's probably got your beret.
It was an incredible look back.
Yeah.
Like in my probably top 5 all-time look backs.
Well, is Croaks one?
Yes.
That, without a doubt. Mick Kelty, the Mick Kelty look back is without a doubt the greatest
It's
look back in world cinema.
Yeah. But that Ray Liotta one there as Shoeless Joe.
You know, it's not often that a TV movie can be considered trumps like Hollywood. But he has, Croaks. He's
done it. He's specialised. He's worked hard at his craft.
It's craft.
Yeah.
Mate, sometimes that's just talent. I mean, he's just born with that.
Natural talent.
Natural talent.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously honed it, but
you can't.
That look back, you've either got to.
You could practice that for a couple of years. You would never get it.
It's like Blue Steel.
That's right.
You
Magnum.
don't just have it.
La Tigra. La Tigra Magnum. Yeah.
Well, derelict my balls. Critical thinking. IMDb rates Field of Dreams 7.5 out of 10. It's certified fresh, 88% on the tomato meter with an 86% audience score.
That's pretty
high
fresh.
praise.
Yeah.
It's pretty fresh.
Yep.
It's pretty fresh. Got a couple of reviews here. Got a good review. Joe Layden of the Moving Picture Show. Situated somewhere between Third Base and the Twilight Zone, Field of Dreams is a modern-day fairy tale about a noble quest for a grand design.
100% agree with that.
Yeah, it's a good review. I liked it.
Yeah.
That's why I picked it.
Right.
Yeah. Bad review. Richard Corliss of Time magazine.
Ridiculous.
It's Richard Peck from the EPA.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. This
Just
man
shut
has
it down.
no dick.
Is this true?
Some Ghostbusters references there.
Quality. Despite a lovely cameo turn by Burt Lancaster, Field of Dreams is the male weepy at its wussiest.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
That's very harsh.
Heavy.
Wussiest. Well, sorry, hard as nails.
It's hard as names. Corliss.
Yeah.
Hard as dick.
Let's see, mate, how hard is this bloke thinking?
How hard's dick?
Yeah.
Dick's pretty hard.
It is hard. Yeah.
Dick's pretty hard.
Jeez.
G-Man, Ordinary People. Take it away.
Kevin Costner. First film? Some soft core porn movie called Malibu Hot Summer.
Oh, God.
Sounds good.
Vowed never to work because he was originally he had a business degree and he married Cindy, his long-term wife, his childhood or college sweetheart.
The one that didn't fuck him over.
Yes.
But
he met Richard Burton on a flight from Mexico, and he told him to go to Hollywood if he wanted to do it. So he got there and nothing really moved for him for a while. Then he did Malibu Hot Summer.
Yeah,
and then
that's going to do it.
vowed to not do any more movies. That was going to be it. And then he got the role in The Big Chill.
Yeah.
Which was all cut. He was the dead body, the dead mate.
Is this?
Yeah, so that all got cut out. So but then Lawrence Kasdan directed that as well, but he put him in Silverado in '85, and then
Great movie.
And he took off.
He was the kid, sort of,
The brother.
the young brother
young
who was
brother.
a bit sort of reckless.
Flighty.
Yes.
But then he hit the patch, right? So Untouchables,
Yeah.
Wet patch.
we're
Elliot
talking about.
Ness.
It's
Yep.
a very wet patch.
87. Crash Davis in 88, Bull Durham.
Yep.
Do you know that role? That role was ding, 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 written for Kurt Russell.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, Kurt Russell's a big baseball guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously Field of Dreams and then Dances with Wolves. And you got
Oh.
the Best Picture, Best Director, Oscar, Golden Globe.
I haven't watched Dance with Wolves in a long time. I've
No,
got to
neither
go
have I.
back.
Yeah.
I really do like it.
It's a good
Chumani-
movie. It's long.
Chumani Tutanka Owachi. Owachi.
Yeah, we've said that so many times in this. Tatanka.
Tutanka. Chumani Tutanka.
How good's Gordon? Is it Gordon Green?
Yes, Gordon Green. Yeah,
he's
he's
good.
Is he
Kicking Bird.
Kicking Bird. That's
Kicking Bird. Yeah.
Mm.
Jeez, it's funny the shit that lives in the brain.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chumani Tutanka Owachi.
I know. We used to call my mate Yob dances with fat chicks. That was his name at the nightclubs.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
After that, he's in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, JFK.
Oh,
which we
hang on.
talked about.
That was dog shit.
No.
Robert
Guilty
Hood.
pleasure.
That's
Guilty pleasure.
Is that with Brian Adams?
Everything I
It's
do.
the worst.
Christian
The
Slater.
worst song.
I
Christian
do
Slater.
it
he's
for
like-
you.
yeah. Oh my god.
Ah,
Shit. Oh, hang on.
there's no love.
But what's his name? Snape.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman was in that. Was he?
He's
in that
amazing.
one?
He
He's the
plays
sheriff.
the
Yeah, he's the
sheriff.
sheriff.
Yeah,
Nottingham.
he's the only
Yeah.
good thing in it. Yeah.
It's not Morgan Freeman's in it, mate.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a bad movie. It's a
Oh.
guilty pleasure of mine.
not-
Sloan
Not
Nix.
great.
Shut up, Gow.
Yeah.
Oh,
is this-
don't agree with
does
him.
Sloan like it?
Sloan loves it. Sloan's with me on this. My pal,
Yeah.
who's still reeling from our Rocky 3 review.
Oh, really?
Hasn't listened to the whole thing. So disappointed in us.
And he hasn't heard the nose of the leopard then.
He hasn't heard Noseleb. He's lucky.
He's unlucky.
All right, up that the Bodyguard, which we've covered.
Yeah. No, we haven't covered it
Oh,
yet.
have we?
We've just talked about it a
We've
lot.
talked about it, yeah.
See, Strangles, great, and we'll get to Strangles a bit later on
Oh,
in the
yeah.
podcast, but he hates Kevin Costner.
Really?
Yeah. Hates him.
He's got one of the best short-haired mullets in the game.
Mate, Frank Farmer from The Bodyguard
Oh, yeah.
was one of the greatest
Great.
characters in the history of cinema.
I can't believe he doesn't like Kevin Costner. Kevin
Hates him.
Costner's awesome.
Doesn't
really?
not like him,
hates.
hates him.
It's an
Oh,
intense
well,
hatred.
That's, yeah.
I love Costner.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
What else?
Oh.
Wyatt Earp. For the love of the game. Molly's Game, which we have covered.
Yes, we have.
Oh, he was the dad, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then obviously Yellowstone, which he's awesome in.
John Dutton,
There's John Dutton.
great show, Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And you know what I read last week or a couple of weeks ago? That he's now saying that he could come back and finish Yellowstone because he's got his big Horizon double movie coming out.
Yep.
I think the first chapter comes out next month or in August or something. 3.5 hour epic, Western epic. And it's two movies. And that's the reason he wasn't doing Yellowstone.
Well, they also hadn't got a script going for the rest
Yeah.
of it. So they'd done that half the series. They haven't done the rest of it.
No, so
he
there's
just said, well,
talk-
I'm going to be out.
Well, he's
because
out. And then there's talk now that he's going, well, I could be back.
Could be back. They've waited so long.
And they might as well wait because it would not be the same
No, it's
without
not the
him.
same show without him.
He's so fucking good in that
He's
show.
awesome.
Never-
I mean, they're all good
Have you
actors.
watched it, Damo?
No,
Yellowstone?
never watched it.
Beth and Rip.
I
Awesome.
think you'd like it.
I think I would, but I just hard to commit to a TV series.
Yeah, well, because, there's 40 episodes in it.
Oh,
That's like 7 years of watching.
yeah. And fit in my schedule.
Yeah, you're very busy.
Mm.
Flogging plastic.
Yep.
Okay, sliding doors for Kevin. He turned down a role in Platoon in '86.
Okay.
Because he thought it portrayed American soldiers negatively and didn't want to insult his brother, who was a Vietnam
It
vet.
won. It 100% portrayed them negatively.
Yes.
But Oliver Stone was in the Vietnam War, and it's supposed to be autobiographical, so he must have seen shit like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
He turned down a role. He turned down the role of Bill in Kill Bill.
He would have been way better than
David Carradine.
David Carradine.
Yeah. I think he would have been good, but he turned it down to direct Open Range. Have you seen Open Range?
Yep, it's got Robert Duvall in it.
Is it good?
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's another self-indulgent western.
Right.
Yeah, it's not bad though.
Okay. He turned down the leading role in War Games in '83, which was Matthew Broderick's role to play Alex Marshall in The Big Chill, and then his scenes got deleted.
Wow. War Games is a great movie.
Yeah, it's
saw it
good.
at the movies.
So old. Yeah.
So old. 83, I think
Yeah,
it came out.
'83. Yeah. A long time ago.
Yeah. You forgot No Way Out, Gal.
No, I didn't forget it. There's just a heap, and there's no
Yeah,
way out.
no
Tin
way
Cup,
out.
the Postman. Yeah.
Tin Cup McAvoy.
The Guardian.
Tin Cup and the Postman, you can leave.
Now, never mention the Postman on this podcast again, yeah?
Yeah.
Sonny, you're pathetic. Stop. Enough with the Postman and Waterworld. They are both shit films.
Waterworld, yeah.
If you watch them, stop listening to our podcast. That's what we're saying to you.
I didn't mind Waterworld. I didn't think it was
No.
great. I didn't mind it. The Postman, bit too slow.
Yeah,
A little
the
too slow.
The Simpsons, when they take off the Postman, where it's just him riding the horse really slowly, it's so funny. So funny.
Not a lot happening.
No.
Okay, Amy Madigan. She actually is married to Ed Harris. Been married since 1983.
Yeah.
She met him after they worked on Places in the Heart, which was the Sally Field movie,
Mm.
which won a few awards in '84.
Did she win something for it? She might have won Best
She-
Actress or
I'm
something.
not-
or-
I don't think she did, but she
unless
won-
Meryl Streep was nominated the same year. Which
Yeah, could have been.
No chance.
Mate, some early TV roles in some crackers. Heart to Heart
Oh,
Great show.
nice.
and Chips.
Mate, Stephanie
Whoa.
Powers.
Yeah, good sort.
What a great sort. A
Yeah.
great 80s sort.
Yeah.
And she lucky,
I used to love
because
Heart to Heart when I was a kid.
oh,
It
absolutely.
was on.
But very lucky, obviously,
Tuesday
with Robert
nights, I think.
Wagner
Mm.
playing his wife. She was lucky to live through making that film.
Oh,
making that
is that
TV
Natalie
series.
Wood joke?
Yeah, it was.
Look, she's been
That's
in a couple of Aussie movies. She was in Eureka Stockade,
Oh,
'84. Remember that with Brian Brown and Bill Hunter, of course. Anything in the '80s.
everything's got Bill Hunter in it.
Yeah.
Eureka Stock. I remember that in Ostentatious Australiana. Eureka Stockade.
No,
And he-
mate,
Oh.
Eureka
and he
Stockade.
had the aftershave bottle with Stockade written on it.
Love it.
She was also in Uncle Buck.
Great movie.
Good
Yeah,
movie.
she plays his girlfriend.
Yeah, Janice
Oh,
She plays his
Kobolowski.
girlfriend, yeah.
Yep, and she was in Gone Baby Gone in 2007.
Yeah.
Hasn't done a lot since then.
I'm not sure how I feel about Amy Madigan in this movie.
I don't mind her.
Okay, well, we're going to discuss it.
Yeah, I have some comments on that.
Yeah, good. Well,
Okay.
you have to. She's got red hair.
She's a real
You'll stick together.
darker red, deep.
It's
It's
burgundy.
a deep. Yeah.
It's a deep.
It's not the
red.
straw. It doesn't have the strawberry blonde.
No,
What would you
we're
say-
different.
what
We're a
and-
different species.
And neither do you. But
What would you
anyway,
say
sort of
Timothy
continue.
Busfield had?
Flaming
he's,
Morgs.
he's a red. Yeah.
He's red.
There's your lookalike. Yeah.
It's hard to imagine that Timothy Busfield played the brother Mark in this movie. It's hard to imagine that he's Poindexter in
Oh my
Revenge
God,
of
it's
the Nerds.
incredible, isn't it? It's
yeah.
incredible.
That's right.
He can stick his violin up his butt.
The best hair.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. God. It's all been downhill for him since there.
Yeah. He was in 30-something.
Well,
Oh,
he
you know
didn't-
what? He was in Stripes too. He was one of the mortar soldiers. Remember they
Ah.
incoming?
Right, yeah.
He was one of those guys.
Yeah, righto.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about Ray Liotta. He was on Another World for a few years, the TV show. Then this was one of his first movies, actually. He went from Field of Dreams into Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Fairly good start.
Good stuff.
Wow. You
Good
know, and with those two movies, he has got the most infamous fake laugh in Hollywood.
He does a bit when he does the Ty Cobb one.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Ty Cobb
The
bit.
Ty Cobb.
Then go
Yeah.
to the next movie.
Goodfellas.
You're a funny guy.
Goodfellas,
Yeah.
You're a funny guy.
And yeah, at the restaurant,
Yeah.
Yeah, the
his fake laugh is, I would say, maybe the best.
Good. It's right up there. It's up there with
He-
Croaksy's Look Back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's comparable.
he's a good fake laugher.
Jeez, he can fake laugh.
He actually turned down playing Harvey Dent in Batman to do Goodfellas.
Yeah,
Which
good
I'm gonna
choice.
say is a very, very
Because
good
there's
choice.
Harvey Dent only had about 4 lines in
Oh,
the original
yeah.
89. Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, he was barely in it.
Plus, Goodfellas got all 5s from us, so
Goodfellas
there's
is
that
quality.
accolade. There's that
Now,
accolade.
Damo's going to pipe up here.
Yeah, it's probably a 3.5.
Did you feel good that we let you vote
Oh,
on Mad
for
Max
Mad
2?
Max 2, yeah. Yeah, I think you guys lowballed it. It is definitely, I think I did my own top 10 once, and I think that came in at 5.
It's a good movie.
I love it.
It's rating high. Top 20
Yeah.
on the board and Watch
Yeah.
Rank Bank.
Yeah,
That's super high.
Yep.
It's only 19 above it.
no, I saw it at the movies, and I loved it.
Sure you did. It
Mm.
would have been 22.
Ray Liotta was offered was the original choice, of Dignam, which is the Mark Wahlberg role
Yeah.
in The Departed.
Yeah. I think Mark
Oh,
Wahlberg
shit,
does
Mark
that.
Wahlberg was
But
so
I've got
good
to
in that.
say,
I reckon Ray Liotta could do a good job of it, but yeah,
He-
Wahlberg's good.
Ray Liotta in Copland plays a Dignam style character,
Yeah.
and he's excellent.
Mm.
Yeah.
Copland is amazing.
He also turned down the role of Tony Soprano in The Sopranos. Yeah,
You can't
which-
see anyone but Gandolfini doing
It's
that.
really hard to. He's offered another role later on in that, and he was also considered again for the role of Kurt Russell's role in Tango and Cash.
Oh, wow.
Well, you can't see anyone doing a Kurt Russell role.
Not the two of them because they're so good together. Him
Well,
and Sly.
Liotta wouldn't have been able to do the mullet.
He hasn't got that. Yeah.
He hasn't got the. It's the only thing he can't do.
And
is the mullet.
he doesn't look as good in a singlet.
Would he have had as good as buns as those two? Like
No way.
No.
They couldn't have done the
he
shower
doesn't
scene.
have the bun scene.
Yeah.
No.
Couldn't have done the shower scene.
Pee-wee. Yeah.
All right, James Earl Jones.
Legend.
Yeah, debuted in Doctor Strangelove in '64.
Yeah.
Obviously, most well known as the voice of Darth Vader. That's what
Yep.
everyone knows him from. Conan the Barbarian.
One of the great. We talked about him the other week, I think.
Yeah, I think we did. Oh, because we did Coming to America. We talked about him Coming to
so,
America.
But it's so good. Conan, he's so good in Conan. Plays the snake bloody master.
Yes. He's
Yeah, he does.
evil.
That's right.
Yep.
Evil guy.
The Hunt for Red October. He plays Admiral Greer in a
Greer.
couple of those movies.
Yep.
Patriot Games as well. Obviously, The Lion King. Voice
Yep.
of
Mufasa.
Mufasa.
What a voice.
Unbelievable voice.
Unbelievable voice.
Yeah.
The clarity, the depth and the clarity of
Unbelievable
it.
voice.
Can you believe he had a stutter? He had a stutter
Yeah,
for a lot
did
of
he?
his early
Yeah.
years, and this is and doing the voice was quite hard for him. Like so,
Wow.
something he had to overcome, which you don't realize because he just seems so commanding. That deep
Oh,
voice,
Yeah. He's
so
such
commanding
it
on the screen.
cuts through. That voice
Yeah,
just cuts through.
such a deep baritone.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. The timbre.
of course, we've talked about the highlight of his career being none of those.
Joffrey Javert? No. Oh.
Best of the best
Oh.
with Eric Roberts and Chris Penn.
He's the coach, right?
Yep, he's the coach.
Oh, is
Takes
he?
away the Taekwondo coach. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
God.
wow.
You're
Jeez,
the best.
he'd have some moves, with his physique.
Yeah, absolutely. Sensei Mark Greville would have whipped him into shape.
Definitely would have.
Yeah.
One of the great Stan Bush songs too. We've talked about that before. People go and listen to it if you can.
Yep.
Here's the first song. Someone will lose, someone will win. Only the strong will survive.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I'm
That's it.
inspired.
Yeah.
I
it.
want to just go.
And my
do
heart
pu-
rate just went
I
up.
was
I
doing
hope, Whitey, I
push-ups.
hope that
Yeah.
your song tonight can live up to.
My song
lofty
tonight,
tones like
it went through quite a number of variations. It was going to be almost a country ballad.
This would be a tough
It's
one.
a tough one, but
Yeah.
I think I've
Done it.
I've mined some gold. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called it's called Park of Sleep.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's up there with Nose of the Leopard.
Wow.
Yeah, Park of
It's
Sleep.
Kind of up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Park of Sleep.
It's not. It's called Get Fucked, Mark.
Oh, that's Timothy Busfield.
Yes.
Mm. That's it. Who's else?
Okay,
in there?
that's it. We'll go. We'll call it on the cast.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Everyone else is bit players.
Well, you
really.
didn't mention Bert, or did you mention
Art
Bert?
Lafleur's in there.
Burt Lancaster.
Burt Lancaster.
One of the greatest
greats,
actors
yep.
ever.
Yep.
But not for very long. Yeah. Okay, G-Man, budget.
Okay, this movie domestically grossed 64.4 million, internationally 20 million for a worldwide of 84. Had a budget of approximately 15 million. Only did 531,000 in its opening weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty low, but made its money back clearly.
Probably
So-
through word of
Word
mouth.
of mouth.
I would
yeah.
think so.
Definitely.
Because the preview or the trailer, you look at it and go, "Oh, interesting." Baseball, yep. And-
Costner was young too. He wasn't the big name.
No, I know he's a no
Already
one.
at
He
this
was a
stage.
no one.
No,
he was
He's
in a
no
couple
one.
of things, but he wasn't. He was on the way up, but not a star yet.
No, he's a no one. So it's. I'll tell you what. It's the kind of movie. It hasn't aged.
No.
No, it can be set anywhere, can't it? Yeah.
But it's so. It's nothing wrong with this.
It
movie.
actually doesn't look like a movie set.
Exactly.
like
It,
so
it
old.
could be 2024.
Yeah.
That movie.
Yeah. Everything
Like,
about it.
everything. Like it's the story hasn't aged.
Yeah.
The acting's great. The score's great. Like it's
James
Horner.
Horner.
James Horner.
Yeah. One of my faves.
But yeah, so that year for the movies, Best Picture, Driving Miss Daisy. Best Director, Oliver Stone for Born on the 4th of July. Daniel Day-Lewis got Best Actor for My Left Foot, and Jessica Tandy for Driving Miss Daisy. And Denzel Washington got Best Supporting Actor for Glory.
Well, this was
Oh,
nominated for Best Picture.
This was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nominated for Best Writing and Screenplay. And it was also nominated for Best Music Original Score for James Horner.
It's one of the only movies,
Yep.
or maybe it was the only movie that year that was nominated for Best Picture that didn't have an actor nominated.
It was the only one.
Yeah,
It was
the only one.
It was the only one that didn't get a
Yeah.
Best Actor.
I tell you
nom.
where it was big. It was big in Japan. This movie it won a lot of awards in Japan. It won the winner of the Hochi Film Award for Best Foreign Film,
Nice.
and also the Japanese Academy Award for Best Foreign Film winner, and the Kinema Junpo
Ooh.
Best Foreign
that's
Language Film
that's-
Award winner.
What about MTV Best Kiss?
There was no. Well,
Oh, come
no.
on.
No.
All right.
So this came in at number 25 for the year Field of Dreams. Top movie for the year was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Can I say
474 million.
89 was a cracking
Bumper year. Batman.
Yeah. Batman
Oh,
at number
it
2.
just goes on and on and
Back to
on.
the Future Part 2. Look who's talking. Dead Poet Society.
It's a big year.
Yeah,
Could be
it's
the
a big
best.
year.
Could be the
honestly,
best ever.
I was going. I can't believe how many in the top 50. There was like 30. I went, shit, that's good. That's like so
Well,
many good ones.
lucky you had hit or sleeper.
Well,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you what, I don't want to ruin it on here, but if I had hit and it was nearly going to be No Holds Barred. Tiny Lister, Hulk Hogan.
He was he's great.
He's
He
good.
threw the bomb out the window
Zeus,
in
yeah.
The Dark Knight.
He was
In the Dark
yeah,
Knight,
yeah.
yeah.
Not Tiny Pinder
No, not the
Lister
Wild,
played
not
for
not
the Perth Wildcats
Yeah.
Him and James Crawford.
with the freckles.
Yeah.
James Crawford,
That's
JC, not Jesus
Leonard
Christ.
Copeland.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Those 89 Perth Wildcats.
Leroy Loggins,
Yes.
Leroy Loggins.
Scott Fisher.
Smithy. Yeah, Scott Fisher. Yeah.
Fisher, the only white guy, the American white guy. Yep. Andrew Vlahov.
Yes.
Oh, how good.
Wow.
I could pull that one out of my ass.
Yeah.
Steve Carfino.
Oh, he was Mr. Magic.
Yes.
He was.
That,
What
now,
about
now
the
it turned into the
D-Train
Sydney.
McLean?
Yeah.
Oh, Dwayne D-Train.
Yeah.
Okay, is that it, G-Man? You done?
That's it. We're done.
Okay, 1989 hit sleeper dud G-Man. Straight into you. It seems to be your show tonight. Hit.
Look, we talked about the top 5. This movie came in at 6th, and I remember when it came out, it's a follow-up. It's Lethal Weapon 2.
Oh, I love
And
it.
it's such a good movie. It's a great follow-up to the original.
Yep.
I think it's the best of the franchise. Lethal Weapon 2.
You could
I would say
arguably
easily
that.
yes.
Yeah.
I think it's quite comfortably the best of the franchise. Diplomatic immunity.
Patsy Kensett getting
Oh,
cans out.
Patsy
yeah.
Kensett in her prime.
In a
Yeah.
prime. Oh,
Um,
God, she looks terrible
The
now.
in-
Oh, does she?
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
look her up.
Oh,
Not usable.
jeez.
You heard it here.
That's the barometer.
You heard it here first
Yeah.
and last.
But yeah, also Joe Pesci introduced as Leo Getz.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever Leo
Yeah.
wants.
So no, what
Lethal
a
2, yeah.
what a cracking follow-up
Surfboard
movie.
through the head. That's Lethal Weapon 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Surfboard 2. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
so good.
yeah.
So good.
When that's the one when they rake his caravan on
Yep.
the beach from
Yes,
the chopper.
yes, and
Yep.
they hide any little doggy
They
door
don't-
goes
they
underneath.
Get through the doggy door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well done, G-Man. Sleeper Damo.
I don't know if this movie has been mentioned on this podcast, but I think it probably has.
Rebel Moon 2.
Don't
The
give away
Scargiver.
my if you like this.
Yeah.
No, maybe it has been mentioned before. Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor, Hear No
Hear No
Evil,
Evil, See No
See
Evil.
No
Oh,
Evil.
yeah.
Good call.
It is a hilarious movie. Gene Wilder's deaf, Richard Pryor's blind, and between them, one of them saw the crime, one of them heard the crime. Kevin Spacey's in it; he's the baddie, but Joan Severance is in it.
Oh, she's a good
She
sword.
is in my top 10 sets of Norks, like of all time. She was in every movie that had like Lake Consequence, which is Billy Zane, always getting the cans out in those sort of soft porn
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
90s days. And she gets her cans out in this. And it is a hilarious scene with Gene Wilder and her. You'd have to look it up, but it is absolutely hilarious where he has a gun in his pocket, which is his finger.
Yep.
And she's in the shower. And he's basically holding her up, like pretending the gun, just like Kevin Costner.
Kevin
does.
Costner style. Yeah.
Yeah, just the gun in the pocket. And then she's naked in the shower, and he actually plants a kiss on her, being Mr. Cool. And when he walks out the door, he grabs his coat, and he grabs it, and his hand is out of his pocket, and the gun is still sticking out in his pants. And he puts the coat over his shoulder. He says, "No, still in business with you," or something. He walks out, and it's still
That is
sticking
so
out.
funny.
I'll
It is
tell you what,
hilarious.
Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, two absolute comedy legends,
Yeah.
like together. So funny, that movie. I remember the first time I watched it, just laughing my head off.
Yeah. Go and watch it again. You cack your head off.
Yeah, it's on the list. I'll watch it
Yep.
again. Okay, I've got the dud, and I hate saying this, but it's a sequel. It's a sequel to one of the great movies, which was a remake, The Fly 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Now I saw this at the cinema.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and was so bitterly disappointed because the original with
Oh.
Jeff Goldblum,
Goldblum,
and Big Choppers, Gina Davis, is one of the great horror films.
Oh, it's so
One of the
unusual,
great.
isn't it?
It's
Oh.
one of the great horror films. But the almost human son of Brundlefly, Eric Stoltz plays his son from the first film,
Yeah.
searches for a cure to his mutated genes while being monitored by a nefarious corporation that wishes to continue his father's experiment. Now, his girlfriend in it, Gal, is your favorite, one of your favorites, Daphne Zuniga.
Oh,
good old
well,
Daphne.
geez, they've
Melrose Place.
Melrose
Yeah.
Place. Down.
A-lister, Hollywood A-lister.
She was
Spaceballs.
she was the photographer.
Spaceballs, yes.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a big fan of
Great
Zuniga, weren't you?
sort of Zuniga, yeah.
You love a brunette, don't you, G-Man? That's why you married a redhead.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, that's it for Hit Sleeper Done. Well done, gentlemen. Question time. Now, we touched on it earlier. Is this the male equivalent of a rom-com? This movie?
Of a rom-com?
Well, is it... Okay, is it a male romance movie? Is it as close as we get to a male romance movie? There's a lot
It's
of
hard-
emotions in this
There's a
movie.
lot of emotion,
Yeah.
but it's not really a romance
not
because
yeah.
it's more father-son relationship.
Family.
Yeah.
I'd say it's
And-
more
and-
family.
More family than actually romance between two guys. Like
Okay.
It is,
Yeah.
but I see it more as an adult version, as the first. Who was whatever his name was, who did the
You're all over it.
the review?
You're killing
Who
it.
was the first review?
Joe Lydon.
Whatever.
From
His
the,
review, he said it
Sex
was
Pistols.
it was a modern day fantasy or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But because like when you watch shows as a kid, like say Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or Mary Poppins or those, it was this magical sort of show. But as a kid, this for adults to me was like
So
an adult version of that sort of
because
magical.
there's a little bit of unexplained, and,
So we're
and
gonna-
you can leave it there.
We're going to talk
Yeah.
about this in film school for F-Wits, gentlemen. Magic realism, about what it means, and some great movies that use that.
Oh, okay, right.
And I think this film definitely uses magic realism, which is having a movie set in a normal
yeah,
place,
And
non-fiction.
magic happen-
but
yeah.
having something extraordinary and
Yeah.
magic happen.
Yeah.
So and I think this movie really sits into that quite well. Let's be honest, we're all married and we've all been married for some time. Would any wife let you plow under your field to build a baseball field? Let's be honest
Plow
here.
in general.
Well, we've done with ploughing, but would they
Yeah.
let you plow? And probably more chance of ploughing the corn than ploughing the cornholio.
that was exactly. She was the most supportive.
Unbelievable.
Why?
She's in my good, the bad, the ugly. She's
Like
in there
just
for that.
totally supportive. Like if I say, "Oh, look, I want to go on a surf trip," no chance.
Yes.
Oh no, I just want to go out and do this. No, you're not doing that. I want to plow up a whole field and do this. And then I want to go and do this. Yeah, no problems. Go for it.
Go
Yeah,
for it.
super supportive. Yeah, I think
Incredible wife.
she was
And he gives 2/5 of fucking fuck all when she's on her crusade about the book burning.
about the Terrace
Yeah.
Man bit. Yeah.
No, he's definitely into his own story there.
Oh, he loves
Yeah.
it. He's all about it's all about cake.
I did like it because when they're obviously going down the financial tubes, and then she's like, "No, I can't let you go. You can't go to Boston. You can't do it like we're on the."
Yeah.
And that whole scene where they have the same dream, I was
Yeah.
like, "That's
Yeah.
a real turning point." I'll pack your bags.
Yeah.
She's in.
really good. Yeah.
But she's already in.
She was already.
But
she
she
was
was
what I mean?
supportive.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
she was supportive, but she's also like, well, you can't just take off now. Like we've
No.
got no money
because
and-
it's a massive time frame because they build the field.
Oh,
There's a whole
It's
year
winter.
essentially,
Yeah.
it's
and then
yeah.
and so they're fucked. Like
Yeah.
if it had happened straight away,
Yeah.
he's okay. But it's that year of having to keep.
yeah, eating into
Funding
the
it,
same.
I
right?
do like how they covered that too. You know, they just put in the quick snow scene where
I
he's
love
staring
it.
out
He was
like-
just sitting at the
gives a
window,
little bit of time.
sitting in the window
Time
at Christmas. I
relax.
thought that was
Yep.
amazing.
Because
Really
it
well
must
done.
be freaking cold in Iowa. Because that's
Yeah,
up
fuck
near
yeah.
Illinois. It's
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking
No,
that
it's
the
freezing.
winters must be just ridiculously cold.
Yeah, frigid corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Frigid
you
corn.
really have only, winter you wouldn't be growing jack shit.
Mate, you got 6 months of the year to make your money,
Yeah, that's right.
and you don't plow under your corn.
Yeah.
You don't plow your main. You don't plow your main crop.
Thank you.
You
Yes.
don't ever.
No.
It's rule one. Does James Earl Jones have the most recognizable voice in movie history? I'm going to say there's two people, and they're both African American,
Yeah, Morgan Freeman's
Yeah.
one.
and James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones.
If you had to pick someone to narrate your life, it's going to be one of those two.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm Morgan Freeman's voice is fucking incredible. But
Absolutely.
Darth Vader gets me over the line.
I was going to say the reason people know James Earl Jones is
Darth
Darth
Vader.
Vader, right? Like he's been in
Absolutely.
lots of movies, he's done lots and lots of stuff, but that's where you know. I mean, it's a deep, powerful voice, but that's where you know it
For
from.
sure.
That's why it's so iconic to me.
Absolutely.
Morgan Freeman's done a lot of movies where that voice just stands out.
Yeah.
So same with I'm going to throw Anthony Hopkins in there too because it is quite a easily recognisable voice.
Clarice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
You could do a whole film school of
Great voices.
the voices that it's instantly recognisable just from hearing them.
And that's actually, again, we talked about Croaksy a lot so far, but it's a testament to Croaksy because you couldn't do a whole film school on look back actors. Because there's like
There's
two or
not
three of them.
many of them,
no,
There's only two or three of them.
That is a very specialised art.
Yeah, we've got Liotta
yeah.
and we've got Croaksy.
Yeah.
And I'm struggling to find another one.
There's more, but yeah, I'll
There
have
has to be,
I'll have
but
to
I'm
look through it.
struggling.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
a lot have tried. A lot have tried.
Yeah,
Failed.
There's a lot of bad look back actors.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so what are we budgeting for the field build? Are we talking hundreds of thousands of dollars here?
No. I wouldn't think it'd be cost that much.
Mate, the lights,
The lights and the
9
the
grand,
lights
10
are
grand, 10,
expensive.
20 grand
Yeah,
for the lights.
The lights.
I think because he's already got the tractor, he's only mowing down the field, so he mows that down. He's got to bring in the grass.
What's the stuff you put on? A bit of soil, a bit of under turf.
That'll do. Under turf.
What
Isn't your brother a landscaper?
Yeah.
Under turf.
Well, what's
you
the
reckon
soil
he
you
put
put
in-
down underneath?
Under turf.
Is that what it's called?
No, but we'll go with under turf.
Do you reckon he put in irrigation under there? Do you reckon he got?
He would have had to do it. He would have had to do it.
Because it was.
So what are we
a
talking
really nice-
tens and tens of
I
thousands,
would think
50
so.
grand?
I'd say 50
100,000?
grand.
You know that
All their savings,
That- that-
apparently.
He did a lot of it on his own.
He did,
it
yeah,
was
for
beautiful.
sure.
It was beautiful grass. It
Yeah.
looked beautiful.
Beautiful
Yeah, it was
place.
awesome.
Incredible
And
place.
he had the line marking equipment,
Mate, he crushed
the
it.
cage.
Like, it's funny
yeah.
because when he first went out there and he heard the voice, when it when it shows the park, it showed the park actually up on the hill, further away from where he actually built it. He built it down near the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was on a hill up there, so
Mm.
it was interesting.
Yeah, he's blown. He's probably could have been close to 100 grand.
Yeah, I was thinking about 100
50
grand.
to 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now, pardon me. Two-part question.
Jeez.
Do we hate Mark, the brother-in-law?
No. Yes and no.
Okay. Is he trying to rip them off? Or is he trying to save them?
I think he's trying to save his sister.
Yeah.
But then when he buys the paper, I'm starting to get rip-off vibes now.
Well, yes, but then he turns around when he finally sees them and he goes, "We're not selling it," right? So he sees the value then. But I think at that stage he's just like, "What do you got?" Like he says to him in the trailer, you just sit out here and watch an empty field. So he has no idea.
He's
what's
gone.
going on.
He thinks he's
they've
gone
around the
mental.
bend.
He thinks he's lost the plot.
And
so
there
he's-
would have been all the stories that, he goes into town, everyone's going, "This guy hears voices," and
Yeah.
he's out of field. People must be thinking,
Yeah.
what's this guy? on?"
Lunatic.
Yeah.
Lunatic.
So he's probably thinking, "I'm going to have to take charge
Yeah,
because
my
he's
sister's going
lost
down the
his
tubes
mind."
here.
Yeah.
Mate, he's the redheaded step
It
kid.
was
He's not taking
his
charge.
intentions were, from his point of view, seemed sound, but from the movie's point of view, from the audience,
He looks
he was
dodgy,
a
man.
dick.
He
He
looks
Should
dodgy.
never have picked up the daughter.
Okay, I think we've already.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
he shouldn't have.
he had to though for the
Well,
plot. Yeah.
Yeah, I automatically thought of you when they took the hot dog out of her mouth.
Yeah.
You would have been eating that.
nah, too hot, mate. You got to eat them cold.
That's
I'll
why
break
she's
it.
joking. Okay, last one. I think we've already answered it. Is this a sports movie?
No.
No,
It's
Okay.
it's family. It's supernatural.
because it's not. It's sport is part of
Fantasy.
the basis, yeah.
Mm.
But it's not about. That's not what the movie's about.
No. There is a sports component. There's
Yeah.
a faith component. Yeah. There is so many levels to this movie.
Heaps of levels. So many
Yeah.
levels. Okay, born to watch only fans.
Oh,
After our first voicemail
from
last
Will,
week
yeah.
from Will the
work
Workie.
experience good.
While we're recording, I've just had a message come in from the Perp, from Danny the Perp. Thank you, boys, for choosing Field of Dreams. I need a wander through the cornfields. With KC would be even better.
With Costner, little bloody hussy. Yeah,
Yep.
She'd be all over him.
She loves a bit of corn.
he was a good looking man, old Costner.
He's a good looking man.
Maybe the second straightest nose in Hollywood behind Andy Garcia.
Oh no, his nose doesn't compare to Garcia's.
No, it doesn't, but it's straight.
Garcia's got a much straighter profile.
Yeah.
But Costner,
He's good.
Beautiful looking man.
Yeah.
This is Pete Costner. Pete Costner hairdo. That was my first thing.
hair,
Good.
yeah.
It's the best hair.
You
It's
reckon
great.
that's his?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's peak.
Okay, we've got a couple
You can't,
things.
we're in our prime now,
It's
but you can't
versatile.
grow that now. You just can't have that
No.
volume and bounce.
Couple things very exciting. We've got a voicemail from a guest, and we're going to play that one now. Thank you, Strangles.
It's a homage to Morgs.
That was
Probably why you weren't given first right of refusal from the.
Yeah, well said.
But I got to say, and we already know I think we all know what's about to come now.
Yep.
He has made up for that.
Oh, he has in spades.
Because
in absolute spades.
We have been asking Strangles to give us some music to some of our kick-ass credit songs. And what he has done, he's gone one better. And he sent this through on the voicemail. And then he went and did this for us. So people, hold on. You are going to be singing something for the next couple of weeks. Wow.
That is fantastic.
Standing ovation.
Fantastic, Strangles.
Strangles, mate, incredible songwriting.
Well,
love the high notes.
Yeah, I love the falsetto.
The back, he's done his own backing vocals.
Well, okay. So what happened is that I was in Sydney on the weekend. I got a phone call. I had a little power nap in the afternoon before I went to our mate's 50th. We were down in Sydney on Saturday.
Don't tell me you're the high voice.
No. And he was, I'd missed his call and I thought, oh shit, I'll call him back. And he goes, oh, Whitey, I'm here. Because he told me he was going to record it in the next couple of weeks. And he said, oh, Whitey, I'm here with Dave, my cousin. It's his cousin. And I go, g'day, Dave. He goes, hey, Whitey, how are you, mate? I said, good. He goes, mate, I feel like I know you because of the podcast. I go, cool. He goes, mate, we've recorded it. We've just spent the last couple of hours recording it. We've added some drums. We've added some backing vocals.
Yeah.
So I think that the backing vocals is Davo.
Wow, Davo,
Yeah.
he's killed it with that high voice.
Love it.
Freddie Mercury-esque.
Esque.
But I like the Strangles has got a little bit of a cry in his voice as well.
He does.
Which is quite nice.
He sounds a bit like Scott Stapp.
Oh, from Creed.
Well, I'm right up.
It's a very catchy tune, isn't it?
I love it.
It's nice.
I've been singing it for the
I
last
have
4
too.
days.
I was wandering in the house yesterday.
Just seeing it.
Fun to watch.
A few drug references. Is he?
Yeah.
You know, it's
No,
you know,
look,
hashish and
Hashish and blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that needs to be on our next T-shirts. Better than blow.
Better than blow.
Give us a
Born to
go.
watch better than blow.
Better than
Jobs.
no. Born to watch rhymes with crotch. That's heaps better.
Yeah. It rhymes with crotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
Anyway,
work.
well done. Thank you, Strangles.
Thank you, Strangles.
That'll be moved into.
That'll be rocketing up the charts. That'll be up there with the nose of the leopard. I'm sure in the next
Mate,
couple of weeks.
nothing's going to be up there with the nose of the leopard.
Mm.
All right, hang on, guys. I've just got to.
We still are
what's he
to.
doing?
I'm still to
Uber Eats?
record. I'm still to record the Mockingbird song.
Yes.
That's going to be up there too. Strangles.
Jeez.
How
The hell's wrong
lithe?
with
He's
you?
lithe. I just say it's lithe. That was lithe to me.
In your back? Oh no. Who's here? Oh, right. Work stuff.
What do you call it? What do your mates call them?
What?
People from work? Is it
Work fags.
Work fags. Work fags.
Yeah, what was yours again?
Buzz. They're a
Yeah. Yeah. The dog's going crazy out there. Born to watch something.
It's a good tune.
Born to watch something.
Faster than times at Ridgemont
Mount
High.
High.
Born to watch.
Oh.
I love the falsetto.
Yeah. Bloody hell. What's he doing out there? Nice breeze coming through that window.
Someone's got the fire on too. Got a fire on. It smells-
Bar. Oh. Does Liv work with you?
Oh, I should have borrowed my phones.
She still work with Chris? No. He's gone extra over the top with his inspirational posts.
Mate, we were talking about that last week, man, Whitey.
Like it's just really ramped up again.
What are you grateful for, Damo? What are you grateful for?
I know. Camping.
Camping? Yeah.
Do you cut this stuff out of when you put on YouTube?
Yeah.
Sometimes. I didn't, because I looked at Basic Instinct and the opening bit was you. Oh, fuck, hang on. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, hang on. Oh, let's do this again. You know, I'm thinking, oh, okay, there's some pretty good editing there.
No, some of them I do, some of them
All
I
right.
don't. Because it's supposed to be because eventually we're going to be, we're going to pull the pin when it's me and you. We're going live on YouTube.
Oh, for Groundhog Day?
Yep.
Ooh,
We'll go
jeez.
live. And then I'm not going to tell Morgs. And then we'll just go live and he won't know we've gone live.
But Morgs is he doing Groundhog Day? No.
No.
It was, because Croaks is not going to do it.
Croaks can't. Too busy. What's he
I
doing?
don't know.
Making sure Batman's at stage 4. Fuck me. Okay, gents, well done. Thank you again, Strangles. The good, the bad, and the ugly brought to you by Gage Roads Brew Company. G-Man, you still on the hazies or are you single finning?
Oh, I'm still single fin guy. Loving a single fin at the moment.
Damo, you took a case?
Yeah, my son's drank probably 11 of them.
My son and his friends have drunk all my beers, I think.
All the about times? About times going to run?
Yeah, airtime.
Airtime, sorry.
And the Yeah Boys are still sitting there.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a look at one of them.
The Yeah Boys are
Are there
non-alcoholic.
any lagers?
Yeah, the airtime.
Airtime's a lager.
But is it non-alcoholic?
No.
The
Airtime's...
Yeah Boy is
that's Yeah Boy, right.
Anyway, it's going well. Thank you, Gage Roads. Proud supporters of Born to Watch, and we're proud supporters of your beers.
Yep.
Keep them coming. Damo, we're going to start with you with the good. What do you got?
My favourite part in the show was the Terrence Mann introduction. The
at the door?
At the door, that whole in his little unit.
In his unit, yeah.
Yep.
Like that,
Good apartment.
but it was hilarious.
Yeah.
honestly, everything Terrence, I've got him in quotes. Everything he said, I was laughing my head off.
He's
the
good.
way he spoke to Kevin Costner. It was just really, really funny interaction.
Yeah.
James Earl Jones acting there was just awesome.
Love when he slams the door on him. He's like, "No, I'm not copying any of this."
Yeah,
It's great.
yeah. But the whole
You
thing,
said you had a gun.
that was it. Yeah, want some cup of tea or coffee, some cookies. It's just hilarious. So I love the Terrence Mann. Obviously, James Horner. I'm always a big fan, but I think his score in this just gives it that
It's magical.
It sounds magical.
It's magical.
It does. It's like
It's
wow.
just lilting music.
The notes. It's just
Yeah,
It lifts and
it's all the little notes in it that bring it up.
It's
amazing.
incredible.
James Horner is fantastic.
We talked about him in Aliens, but this just sets off the movie so well. That score he has in.
But
there.
it's also it's a polar opposite to the Alien score.
Oh God,
so robust and bold and loud,
Well,
and this is
scary.
Yeah, and this is so
just
refined and
this
soft,
uplifting, magical, and you can just hear it in the instruments. You go, it's just so
beautiful,
so brilliant the way he's done
Can
it.
I just, for James Horner, for those who don't know, like just some of the movies he's done.
Yeah,
go for it, G-Man.
Aliens, obviously, we talked about, was a nominee for an Oscar. Same here, Field of Dreams. Braveheart was a nominee.
That
for
is one
Best
of my
music.
One of the great scores, Braveheart.
It is so good.
Apollo 13 nominee for an Oscar for Best Music. Titanic was the Oscar winner for Best Music.
Did he write the song for Celine Dion?
Yes,
he wrote the music, and Celine Dion did the lyrics.
Right.
He said, "I don't want lyrics to anything," but she went and wrote it, and he went, "Oh, not bad."
Yeah.
He was a nominee. He was a nominee for A Beautiful Mind for Best Music, a nominee for House of Sand and Fog, and then a nominee Best Achievement in Music Written for Motion Pictures for Avatar in 2010.
Yeah,
like that's a fairly
the music in Avatar is pretty powerful.
But he died young. He's in his 50s, I think.
Yeah, he wasn't. He died in 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he
a
was
bit older than that.
Oh, he was 60 something.
Oh, was he? Yeah,
60 odd.
But he was young. It was a plane crash or something. So he was a massive loss. So obviously, but the other things that I've got here. Yeah, we mentioned it. The wife's support. It was pretty full on.
I've got supportive wives.
Really unconditional.
Unbelievable.
But this is what we have talked about a bit on Born to Watch, the denouement.
Yes.
The final. The whole last probably 30 minutes.
So it's funny.
Maybe 20 minutes,
because
25?
I've got this. So I've got once they return from Moonlight Graham, where they pick Archie on the road.
Yep.
I think from Moonlight Graham to the end,
I know.
It's 30 minutes because originally I thought it was for when Mark walked in front of the ball.
Yeah.
But it's before that.
It's
It's when Terrence Mann stands in front of the combi and says, We're going to Moonlight Graham. Moonlight Graham.
That's right.
You saw it.
Yeah.
It's from that bit.
Everything starts to tie up all those things. You're wondering what's going on, and
then when he picks him up on the side of the road and he goes, "I play baseball," and Terrence is laughing.
Yeah,
and they go, "What's your name?" Archie Graham, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
I did like how because when they get to Archie Graham, then they're not sure what his part is, and they get there and they go, "I don't think we're supposed to be here." And then they were supposed to be there. It just keeps you.
Well, when he goes out, when Kevin Costner goes outside, and suddenly
he turns into 1970s.
He then wipes the license plate. It says 72 on it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
that's
good.
the year that Doc Graham dies, right? But that's what I mean. But you just don't know, and then he's not sure why he's there, and then they pick him up on the road the next day. Like it just sort of keeps you.
You're thinking, what's going on? Oh, he's not coming. Oh, there he's here. Oh,
yeah.
So, but the finale started too with the Archie Graham. He got to bat. He got to wink.
Yep.
And then you got the people will come bit.
Dived into third base. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you got the doctor bit, and then you got the brother then sees him, and then you got the Doc Graham with the little girl, and then. Meet the dad, then there's the catch, then there's the cars. It is just bang, 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 bang.
Oh, well,
bang.
Terry gets to go. And Ray's blowing up, going, "Why don't I get to go?" But then when Shoeless Joe goes, "If you build it, he will come."
Yes.
And then he turns and there's his dad.
Yeah.
And you're just like, "Fuck!"
But exactly. But that's the story of
kept
redemption,
going.
right?
Yeah.
Terrence Mann gets to go because that's his story of redemption.
Yeah.
Right. And then Ray's obviously like, "Why don't I get to go? I built all this. You're a guest in my corn."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, your redemption's over here, mate."
Yeah,
That's right.
That's the
but
thing.
they have that. But then to do the big shot then with all the cars coming.
Yes.
It's like everything.
People will come, Ray.
That's what I mean. The finale, the denouement was freaking
One of the best.
It was just
final 30 minutes of any film
because it was just questions answered, and just like wow.
But also the tough bit of being with his dad, right? Like, you know,
it was
rebonding of their relationship.
The emotional parts too, where obviously the dad bit, the emotional part with Doc Graham crossed the stripe.
Incredible.
Those bits was like, so you had all these awesome bits being like answering questions, but the emotion was just getting ramped up.
But each time it goes up a level. It ratchets and ratchets and ratchets until it's the dad.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh fuck, he's going to get the chance.
Yeah, I know, and it is just such a brilliant finale. So that's my goods.
Yeah, well done, Damo. G-Man.
Oh, you've pretty much covered all my good. I had the great music, James Horner, awesome. Peak Kevin Costner hairdo, which we already covered.
Quality hairdo,
really
good
hairdo.
Quality hairdo.
And love that he like just around the baseball field, he gets around in the double pleated slacks with the white linen shirt. That's quality.
Love
mate.
some day jeans.
I want
farm day jeans.
Yeah. They're just great slacks to get around in.
Yeah.
I'm going to get myself a pair of those.
He loves a linen shirt.
Loves a linen shirt, yeah.
He always has.
Can pull it off.
Yeah, well, he certainly can. Doesn't need to with that hair. He's got him lining up to pull his leash.
But one of my other great things tonight is I'd just like to say Damo has come with the fashion too. Damo's got the lime green Hurley socks. Would they call them lime green?
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Into the
Volcom.
into the grey
lime, it's almost aquarish.
Agua?
It's an interesting colour.
I wouldn't know what colour that is. Yeah.
It's
Is that puce?
I don't know what it is.
It is an aquary sort of green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're running those into what you can describe as dark grey commando style Volcom sliders.
Yeah.
Hurley into Volcom.
It doesn't normally happen too
Don't cross the brand.
I know. I have
Don't
really
cross
crossed
the
the
brand name, Billy.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you.
That's my good.
Okay. The narration at the start where Costner is talking about the history and it's the family photos. Love it. Like, I'm a sucker for newspaper exposition.
Oh, yeah.
So these photos, old-timey photos and the baseball cards, next level.
Yep.
Next level. We've talked about the score. The main cast, so Costner, Earl Jones, Lancaster, and I'm going to throw Gabby Hoffman into that because as a kid, she's fucking incredible. The daughter.
The daughter. Yeah.
Karen.
Right.
The kid. She is incredible.
Yeah, she's great.
She's unbelievably good as a first time out.
Yeah.
Right. Amy Madigan, I'll get to her in some of the other sections here. Talk about supportive wives. I love that the whole town comes to watch him plough the field.
Yeah, I know.
So well, look at this lunatic.
Yeah,
I thought that was funny. Look, he's crazy.
Yeah,
I thought that was really funny.
Let's all go and watch the crazy guy.
I had that in my bad. So I was like, do people just stop on the side? Like, and it's out in the country.
This is the small town thing, right?
Yeah.
So the rumour mill would have started.
Yeah.
Like, we got to go and fucking see this.
Let's go sit up there and have a look.
Yeah.
None of his neighbours helped him. I said, mate, do you need a hand? I've got a big
No, because he's
tractor,
never going to help him be mental.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I just want to also say that Gabby Hoffman was in Winning Time.
She was.
She's Claire Rothman.
She is, yeah. She's the GM.
She's the GM
of the LA Lakers, yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So the exposition where Costner is talking about Shoeless Joe Jackson to his wife and to his daughter.
Yeah.
And that whole part there where, and I know we've all been there, where we're trying to explain to either our wife or to our kids
baseball stats.
About either it's a movie or it's something we're super fucking passionate about. Like might be surfing for you,
yes,
or it might be, for me it might be movie, or it might be footy, it might be something that I'm trying to tell them, and they're sort of like pretending to sort of buy in.
Okay.
But the kids' questions is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like that's really interesting, Dad. Like
she was into it.
Yeah.
She was absolutely into it. Learning about the old ex-baseball players.
That scene was really good to me because you just tell he spent hours just telling her about baseball and baseball stats and people and old time people and all of that.
But it's also it's and this is one of the things that I get to. Like I've got watching sport with your kids. Like it's one of the great things as a dad to impart your passion and your love onto your kids. And like Isabel, obviously she's 10, she's female. She doesn't really want to watch the footy, and Luke doesn't really want to watch the footy with me anymore anyway. So he probably stopped watching footy with me when he was about 12.
Yeah.
He didn't like me yelling at the screen because Manly is shit.
Yeah.
But that's one of the great things, and it's why I very early on got Luke to the movies so that we could share that, and I could go, and I've taken him to all these re-releases of like the Star Wars movies, the midnight sessions of the Star Wars, to try and build that and impart that onto him. And it's one of the great things of being a parent is that. And so that was one of the threads of this movie that really tore me. I was like, fuck that. I remember
the
that.
thread on the other side of that is that he talks about baseball, and he talks to Terrence Mann and says, by the time I was 10, I hated baseball. It was like eating vegetables.
Yes.
You know, because my dad wanted me to living vicariously through me.
Pushed him into it.
But the other thing that I got through the movie was because he says that I hated baseball, but he doesn't hate baseball.
He loves it.
He actually loved it. And then and that scene where he's telling his daughter about it, and he's so animated.
But
that's the whole thing.
But then
that thing's come down from his dad. So there's that relationship with his dad. My dad and I didn't get on with him. I left him, but he still had it all in the heart.
But he still became his dad, right? Because he's now
on
a different level. Yes. He's imparting that passion into his child.
That's what I'm saying. Like because the dad was into it, and he said I hated it then because of that, but he didn't really hate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, the relationship became, and he didn't, and that was his regret. The relationship with his dad broke down, and he never went back. He packed his bags at 17 and said something bad and walked out.
Yeah, couldn't believe that his hero was a criminal. Which
not the biggest.
It's not the biggest burn.
No,
maybe back in the 60s and 70s it might have been, but
I'd be like, what? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Like now to be telling him to get fucked and throw down.
That's not the biggest burn ever. No. It's like
I love Daddy. There's a man there out there on our lawn.
Yeah.
That first sighting of Joe after he's gone that whole year, and suddenly it's there.
It's like what?
That 68-year-old grudges. So in the team when they first come, and he goes, "I've waited 68 years, to have another crack at him." Whatever. I'm thinking you got to respect that. That's a good grudge.
But that was the kind of the brilliance because they came in their bodies of being younger players. But they retained the memories
of being older.
Yes.
So he knew he was 68 years ago.
Yeah.
They weren't coming out as 30-year-olds.
No.
So they were 30-year-olds, but they actually had the memories of being...
They came out in their prime, yeah. When they were players.
Yeah, but with their full life memory with them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I thought it was hilarious, the Ray dinner, and then all the players on the field, Ray dinner!
I know.
And then, I'm melting!
Yeah.
As he's walking through the corn. I thought that was fucking amazing.
But I still, once again, like, Ray dinner is not a real thing to hassle. If it was like, hey, Ray, make sure you've got your new undies on.
Yes.
That's the sort of thing
But I think it's more, but you got to also think that back in the day with the woman, there was so from a
I know,
a social standing.
It's not that big.
It's not that big a burn. Go and enjoy your corn. We've talked about the denouement, which is
great,
outstanding.
Yeah.
Obviously the playing catch with the dad. This movie is so fucking good. You forget it's a ghost story.
Well, yeah.
You forget this is a fantasy film.
It's a supernatural.
You forget.
Yeah.
You are so drawn into it doesn't matter. And I'll go so far as to say one of the great friends of the podcast, Adam Grant Goober, him and another fan of the podcast, Grant Jennings, Beaker from the Muppets, went so far as to rip into me about watching Star Wars and said you should watch real movies like Field of Dreams.
Fair enough.
So the fact that people see this as a real movie, they win, man.
Well,
they win.
Well, the little girl said, "Are you a ghost? Do I look real?" Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. She went, "No." Yeah.
They do a really good job of just like we talked about earlier, just letting that go. Like there's obviously some mystery in it, and you just sort of take it for granted, right? They go into the cornfield. Where do they go? Where do they come from?
Yeah.
They don't explain any of that.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That's what I mean. They do a really good job of making it not matter. That they just come back because there's something to come back for.
They just come back. But there's not many ghost movies where they just come back and play sport or just hang out and do things. So it was very different to a supernatural.
There's no haunting. There's nothing like that.
Magic realism.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Yeah, magic realism, yeah.
Okay, well done, gentlemen. The movie's amazing. Bad, Damo, we'll start with you.
Bad, yeah. I think I've only got one thing for bad. Why didn't she mention I had a dream you were at the baseball stadium with Terrence Mann? When he started talking about Terrence Mann.
Yes.
Oh, I think Terrence Mann's the one. I think Terrence Mann was this. And she's like, well, if she's already had a dream of him and she'd go, oh, that's interesting.
I just had a dream about Terrence Mann.
Yeah, but she waited.
Yeah.
Yeah, until the Wrigley Field.
Till the very
To the Fenway. To the Fenway Park.
Fenway
yeah,
Park.
till
Is
it's like,
Fenway the Park with the green?
yeah, like why did you should have brought up that dream. You would have if he said, I think Terrence Mann's the guy. You would have said it then.
Well, I thought about, maybe she thought because he was talking about Terrence Mann that was, I had a dream about him because you were talking about him so much, but you would have thought it would come
you
up.
would bring it up. If someone brings up Terrence Mann and I had a dream about him last night, well, you'd bring it up.
In my bad, I've got the whole leap to Terrence Mann is a big leap.
Yeah.
Like because there's no connective tissue
Nothing
to get them there, apart from the fact that they both love. Apart from the fact that the reason he walked out on his dad was because he read the book,
The boat
rock or the rocking boat or whatever.
Yeah, the boat rock. Yeah.
So that's the only connective tissue. I find that to be the only leap where I'm like, oh, how did they get there? But I don't care.
No, but he has that faith. I just know.
He's got a feeling. He's got a feeling.
I just know I got to build this field. I know I got to go to get him.
That character of Terrence Mann was obviously super important to him because that's what shaped his life as a young. Like that's why. After he read that, he blew up on his dad, right? Because that actually shaped him a lot in his earlier life. That's why it comes back to him.
Yeah.
Anything else, Damo?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. G-Man.
Just quickly for bad, we hit it before. A lot of people sitting on the side of the road just staring. I thought there was a lot of people for a country area where there's no one around, just be sitting around staring at what he's doing. The other one I got was, we talked about the final scene. Gets very dark very, very quickly in that scene. I mean, they go from daylight when the kids walk into the house to nighttime when he's batting with his dad,
and the lights on in the cars,
and then the cars all coming. That just goes super quick. It's the
Might
middle
have
of the
been
day
a
when they
long
walk
game
off.
of catch.
Yeah,
but when they start talking, it's still a day.
Then
when
flips the lights.
When Terrence Mann goes into the corn, still day.
Yep.
And then 10 minutes. Yeah, the longest game of catch ever.
There are some places where you don't have a very long dusk.
That was just super quick.
Twilight. It just goes.
Dust.
Yeah, dusk.
But they did need to get the effect of all the cars coming. So I get
this. Yeah. Okay. Look, I've got a few. They're a little bit
nitpicky.
A little nitpicky. I think Amy Madigan might be miscast. She annoys me a little bit.
Country bumpkin.
The whole she just annoys me a little bit.
She annoyed me a bit in that scene when she came out kicking the locker.
Yeah, it's a little annoying. That whole scene annoys me because I'll get more to that.
Yeah, I'll talk about that.
She's a little bit offbeat as a character.
She's a dead set hippie who's now a parent and has had to rein it in a bit, but. She just, I don't know. It's really troubled me from the first time I've seen it. So this is 35 years of thinking, I'm not sure whether there could have been someone else. Like, could that have been a young Julia Roberts? Could that have been a young, I don't know.
Well, are you just wanting her because you want someone better looking?
No, I don't. I just think she's a bit annoying. Okay. And I'm not sure, and it's all in the delivery.
Yeah.
Right?
No, look, I didn't really have an issue with that.
Okay, cool. I've talked about Terrence Mann. Look, Timothy Busfield / Mark, one of the great movie fuckwits.
Yes,
one of the great movie fuckwits, and I still don't know whether he's ripping them off. I'm going to say he is because he's a wanker.
Yeah.
Let's stick with the PNC. Fuckwits who spell swear words.
S-H-I-T.
S-H-I-T. I wanted to punch her in the face.
She does. I worked with a bloke that said sugar, honey, ice, and tea.
Yeah, you've told that before. Yeah. I'm not happy with that.
So
either.
it's even worse than spelling it out.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good at all.
At all. His kids have got no hope.
I think it's brilliant.
At all. Okay, ugly. G-Man.
No, I had nothing for ugly.
Damo.
Ditto.
I've got one. PNC meetings.
Oh, yeah, I haven't really gone to them.
And parents at schools are the worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
Look, they're essential and good on those parents that do volunteer and do organise things, organise fates, organise these raffles, good on them. But of course there is the busybody ones that get in there and...
She's an absolute... Like, how do you... And it's quite poignant in our woke times that they're talking of cancel culture in '89. Let's burn this book. Let's not do this. Fuck off.
Yeah.
You get to choose whether you want to read it.
Yeah.
Just don't read it.
That was really.
I'm not going to read Mein Kampf.
But they're talking about taking it out of the school library. That's what they're talking about. Not getting rid of the books, taking it out of the school
but
library.
still, like, let it,
you
like,
still choose it. But that whole scene was shoehorned in just to give Amy Madigan a purpose.
a purpose, and but also I think it's also that,
and it also introduce Terrence Mann. But
Yes.
it really, you know what? If you went, what seems out of place? That scene.
it does. That does seem out of place.
Yeah,
All right.
if you cut that out, it wouldn't.
It
It does
harm
nothing to the
at all.
movie. It
Yeah.
does nothing to the movie. Okay, Damo's quick fire.
Quick
Take it away.
fire. Now I have no idea what the That's Not a Knife's called now. Is it still
Whatever you want.
I'm going to call it That's Not a Knife. Now there is one obviously gigantic
Huge one.
pop culture gal. You have to get this right. First go.
Is it I'm Archie Graham?
Let's try for you, Whitey.
If you build it, he will come.
Absolutely.
What about? Yeah.
Well,
Also,
that-
people will come, Ray. People will come.
People will come for sure. But if you build it, he will come. Misquoted as what?
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah. Well, I called my dad on the way down here and just having a chat to him. And I said, I'm doing Field of Dreams. And you know what he said to me? If you build it, they will come.
Of course,
And I said,
Terry did.
It is definitely one of the
It is
most
massively
misquoted.
misquoted.
Well, it's like
The Jaws
you're,
one you
you're
said
going to
there,
need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
Instead of we're going to need a bigger.
Yeah.
Everyone quotes as we're going to need a bigger boat,
Yeah.
but it's you're going to need a bigger boat.
They're dead set, huge pop
Huge,
cultural
huge.
ones. Is that about it? Or
I think that's really about it. There's a couple other quotes, but I think the "If you build it, he will come" is.
Shoeless Joe, maybe people might start. I don't know.
I think it's "If you build
Moonlight.
it." That's the one.
Yep, for sure. Biggest douchebag, Philip Stuckey. I reckon there's two
There's
contenders.
two contenders.
Okay.
I've got brother-in-law Mark.
Yep.
And the book-burning Nazi.
Yep, the lady in the PNC
I still
meeting.
go with brother-in-law Mark's a bit misunderstood. He's just really
I think
holding up for the family and going, you guys are going to go down the tubes.
Yep.
I'm watching you go down the tubes and you're doing something ridiculously stupid.
Yep.
And then once he sees it, he's on board. Like, it's not like he...
Yeah, I think his intentions were there, but so I think
I don't
think
think
the
he's
lady
a good character, as in, like,
No.
he's not nice.
No, he's a shit.
But because you could even then go like,
And
his
mum.
wife and his mum.
But his mum
Yeah,
and
it's
her
not-
mum.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, you're poking fun of it. Shut up,
Yeah.
mum. You look, mum. You're about 6 weeks from being buried under the frickin' Field of Dreams.
Then you can come and have a game.
You can sit in the stand.
Yeah,
You'll see him then.
So, well, I think the lady at the town hall probably might beat.
We'll give it to
Timothy
the town
Busfield.
hall because
Yeah.
burning books, Nazi is.
Yeah.
And then starting to give it to your husband about building
And she
a
said
field like
Yeah.
she swore.
That was
S-H-I-T.
bitchy. Yeah.
Sugar,
That was
honey, ice,
bitchy.
and
Yeah.
tea.
Now, I don't think the 5-minute movie works here at all.
No, it doesn't. You can't do 5
So I think the old something that looked out of place. Yeah, the town hall.
Yeah.
That whole scene. Okay, poor sporting prowess. There's
Yep.
a lot of sports in this.
Yeah.
And a lot of.
I've got a couple.
Yeah, you got. Yep.
Yep. When he hits the first ball.
The first
Who's-
ball to
who's
Shoeless
he?
Joe.
Oh yeah. But
Kevin.
that
Kevin
was
Drake,
yeah.
Jones's
Sorry, that was
and he's like,
embarrassing.
"Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that
I'll get a couple out there to you.
Yeah. And then he was
Yeah.
hitting them nicely
Then he's nicely. Also, when he goes into Terrence Mann's apartment and Terrence Mann picks up
with the crowbar.
the crowbar and he tries to run backwards and like falls over everything. Horrible. Horrible.
Yeah,
The gun in the pocket too is not good.
that was pretty funny though.
That's just
yeah.
your finger.
Most of the old
I'm gonna show you my gun.
most of the old baseballers aren't great.
Come the old bloke.
Yeah.
They were older guys than
They
I
were
thought.
older guys, yeah. Art LaFleur.
Yeah,
there's-
Art LaFleur.
yeah.
You know, Shoeless Joe Jackson's a left-hander too.
Yes.
Yes,
But Ray Liotta had no experience with baseball, so they
Yeah.
just had to let him.
He apparently he was a bit dirty on himself that he couldn't actually connect left-handed. He tried to be authentic,
Yeah.
but failed. It is pretty difficult to bat the other way.
Have you got anything in listen to this about that?
I got a couple of little things, yeah.
About him being left-handed?
No.
I'll read you this then. Although Shoeless Joe Jackson was a left-handed hitter, producers decided to let Ray Liotta bat from his natural right-hand side. Liotta often had people point out the inaccuracy to him, which he would respond with, "None of the players ever came back to life either."
That's true.
Yes.
Yes.
very good.
Okay.
Alright.
Right. What about an additional scene? Robot sentries from Aliens.
Look, we said we could take one out,
Oh, right. Yeah.
but I wouldn't have mind seeing what the onslaught was of people coming down the road and
Oh,
seeing
yeah,
how,
handing over some
how
cash.
they managed that.
Well, the car park wasn't anywhere near big enough.
There was no car park.
Well, you couldn't. I think that's the thing. They have to leave it there because there's
They
no
have to-
way
they were
to go
parking
into
on the
that.
side of the road
'cause
and
I was
walking down.
They need a big car park because there's about you can fit 6 cars there.
Yeah, and there's 30,000 coming down the road.
But it was even funny because when Terrence Mann's talking about it, he's saying, "Oh, people will come and they'll sit
People
in the
will come,
bleachers
right.
like they used to," and they didn't have any bleachers. They had one little thing.
stand. They're going to sit on the
So I
sideline.
was thinking to myself, watching it, where they were going to stand. They have to stand around the field,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all these
But
people
I
that
think
come.
once they've got 60 or 70 cars in, he's putting up a couple extra stands. He's got the money.
I know, but they're coming now, right? They're
Yeah,
not-
I know.
so
It's
they're
gonna
not
be-
ready to go.
It's going to be like going to Lionel Watts to watch Belrose play Narrabeen. You're all standing on the sideline.
Yeah. There's
no-
hurling abuse.
Mate, there's no Portaloos. There's no Portaloos.
No.
The
They just
corn-
piss in the
corn's-
corn.
Yeah, the corn's
Piss
going
in the corn.
downhill.
Piss in
Yeah.
the corn.
Okay. I would have liked to have probably seen a little bit of Terrence Mann. Does he come back?
Sex scene?
Does he? Well, yes. Like, because he left, he goes in the corner.
Yeah,
then-
where's he gone?
Yeah, I'd like to maybe
that's-
get an
but that's the
insight
whole
into
I know that.
Yeah.
But does he come back?
Yeah, does he come back?
Does he
and
come
write
back?
about it? That's the only thing
Yeah.
I was thinking would be nice.
Field of Dreams too.
Let's do it. Let's put something together.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Whitey's Brad Pitt, best looking in the show. I mean,
I've got one.
geez.
Costner.
I've got
Oh,
one.
go-
Costner's good.
Costner is a handsome man.
Got one.
Yep.
Got one. Ray Kinsella's mum. There's a photo
Oh,
of
the
her
young
and
mum.
Oh,
there's a photo of her
God,
and
I
the
didn't
dad in
even
the
look.
photos at the start.
yeah.
Go back and watch. She is a good sort. Now it's obvious she's a good sort because Costner's a good looking guy,
Yeah.
and John Kinsella's a good
He's
looking,
a good looking
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
good looking rooster.
Yeah.
She's a good sort.
Oh.
Died way too young.
Yep. I'd still give Amy Madigan a go.
I think she know how to have a bit of fun.
Yeah.
She'd be loud.
She's not the best looking girl in the world. She's
They're usually the ones that have the most fun.
She's
'Cause-
pretty. She had a cuteness about her.
She did.
It's the unattractive ones that don't know when the next one's coming. Put all the effort in, right? That's Amy Madigan. That's what Ed
Would
Harris
you
said.
call her unattractive?
Well,
Well, she's not. No, she's not. But
she's pretty good. She's okay.
if we're talking movie star looks,
Yeah.
she's not in the top.
No, God no.
She's not making the rank bank.
No.
She's definitely not making the wank bank either.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Lookalikes. Skexus from Dark Crystal. Carl Morgan.
Carl Morgan.
Carl Morgan, same
It is
thing.
Carl Morgan.
Same thing.
Dan Morgan. Dan Malden.
Dan Malden.
The Dan Malden lookalike.
Dan Malden.
Oh, what an ugly fuck.
Is there any lookalikes?
Yeah, I got one. I think Doc Graham is an old Morgs if Morgs could grow a moustache.
Burt Lancaster.
Yeah, I think he's sort of got
Wow.
because I think Morgs is going to get a bit hunchy.
Big old hunch.
I think
yeah.
Morgs going to be a bit hunchy. Lancaster had a bit of a schnoz,
Tall.
and if I think Morgs, he's going to have to grow a mo.
Mm.
I think he just will as he gets
Yeah.
older. But then a young Morgs could be Timothy Busfield. Same hair.
Yeah.
Point. So that's Poindexter from
Poindexter. That's it.
Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah, fair enough.
Other
I'll
than
take
that,
them.
not a lot.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Art LaFleur looks a bit like Fat Morgs.
Yeah, which one was that? Was he the pitcher?
No, he's the one that goes, "Hey kid, duck" or whatever.
Oh,
He's the guy's like, "What did he say?" or "What did he do?"
He's a
He yells out to the
solid-
picture.
Yeah.
What did he
okay.
do? He winked at me.
Yeah. Don't wink.
Don't
kid.
wink at him, kid.
Well, I reckon he looks like James Gandolfini a bit.
Does a little
Does a
bit.
little bit,
Does a
yeah.
little bit. Same body,
Yeah.
sort of set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's it for quickfire.
Well done.
Well done.
Listen to this, G-Man, the stats man who likes to agree. Take it away.
All right. We already said before it was the last cinema film of Burt Lancaster. He was 74 at the time of filming this movie. Actually, a funny part of that was he's on the set. He didn't know that Timothy Busfield was one of the actors. So he's getting him to fetch water and get chairs and stuff.
So funny.
Hello, Sonny. You go grab that for me, will you?
was
so
he?
funny.
Until he realised he was going to be in the scene with him. He was like, oh.
So funny.
That is good.
And Timothy Busfield had already been on a few shows. Like, wasn't
Yeah.
unknown. But
I don't think Burt Lancaster saw Revenge of the Nerds.
no, I don't think so.
Well, he was hard to recognise too as Poindexter without his violin. It's going to be hard to recognise.
Well, that's it's
And the Coke bottle
the
glasses.
axe part haircut.
Yeah.
terrible hair.
Amy Madigan got offered a job too in one of the local pubs as well.
She
She
did.
realised she was there to be an actor.
Yeah.
The line drive where Ray Liotta or where Shoeless Joe Jackson hits the ball back to Kevin Costner hits the bag.
Yep.
Completely unintentional. Just
Oh,
happened,
right.
Just happened for
This
the
is
shot.
see if he can hit my curveball.
Yeah, and he hits the bag
Straight
back
at
on the
him.
mound.
Yeah.
That was a fluke.
And they said it was a miracle that Costner stayed in character for it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because he dived like he would have.
Oh, mate,
You
nearly
would've thought
hit
he
him.
was gonna
Come
get
straight
hit,
at him. Yeah.
Panic. Ray Kinsella. What a guy.
when Ray asked Shoeless Joe Jackson what he likes about playing baseball, he responds, "The thrill of the grass." Now, now, one of the writers, W.P. Kinsella, his 1984 book of short stories, that's what it was called, The Thrill of the Grass.
The thrill of the grass.
Yeah.
Thrill of the grass.
That's the nose of the leopard.
That I should have written a song, The Thrill of the Grass.
Yes.
And the final shot of the film, when all the cars are coming in, the local police department, the Dyersville Police Department, had to direct traffic for 4 hours from 6 miles around to get the aerial shot till they were done.
All the locals would. They all wanted to get involved.
Well, they would have been, and they had 4 hours it took. Imagine sitting in that.
An incredible shot. It was
incredible shot.
It was brilliant. Yeah.
And the first scene of the movie actually was where we talked about the book burning. That was the first scene they filmed in the movie. So Amy Madigan had to get up and yell and scream in front of the crowd.
It fell a bit flat in front of the crowd, didn't it? It was like, come on,
who's step outside.
Yeah, but who's with me? And there was like a Sheffield Shield clap.
It was.
It was like,
all right, I love you. I love you, America.
John Dyson had just got off the mark.
Richard Cheekwee.
Richard Cheekwee. Wow.
But that's all for me.
Okay, Jimmy. Damo, got anything?
The word dad was put in post-production. So when you hear dad, you don't see Kevin Costner say it. He just looks around, because when they showed the audience, well, the what are they called? The people that they get
preview screenings.
Yeah, the feedback was, because there was no acknowledgement of the father and the son, they were really disappointed in it. But then when they added that in, when there was the acknowledgement, because it's like, shit, this is, they do know. That's when it made everything.
Yeah.
This movie just improved tenfold.
Daniel Moore.
Yeah. So adding dad in was just brilliant. The other thing too, Ty Cobb.
Yep.
So I didn't know.
One of the biggest arseholes in baseball.
Absolutely. So the joke in it, for baseball historians and baseball nuts and buffs, would have laughed their heads off at that Ty Cobb joke. Yeah. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then I look up Ty Cobb. Now, Ty Cobb him and Shoeless Joe were like both contending for the number one.
He was one of the best players in baseball of all time.
Yeah, so that for the batting average, those two were contenders. Shoeless Joe got him in 1 year, and they were 1 and 2. Then on the next year, Ty Cobb got him. But apparently, yes, he was an arsehole. And I got a quote from Babe Ruth. Cobb is a prick.
Yeah.
But he sure can hit. God Almighty, that man can hit. So that's why that joke, it'd be like someone, maybe Bjorn Borg in a tennis one, saying, we didn't want John McEnroe to come back.
Yeah.
Like it was just, but
Cobb was massive. There's a movie, Tommy Lee Jones plays, it's called Cobb.
Oh, okay.
Tommy Lee Jones plays Ty Cobb. He's just an absolute cockhead. Absolute cockhead.
It was actually funny, because then I read about it that him and Shoeless Joe Jackson
were pretty good mates.
Well.
They're pretty good mates.
Exactly. Yeah, they did get along well. Yes. Because I did read another thing. When they were a lot older, Ty Cobb went into a sports store where Shoeless Joe was working, and Ty Cobb didn't actually say g'day. They didn't want to say anything, and then finally Ty went, "Do you know who I am?" He went, "Yeah, you're Ty Cobb." And he said, "Well, why didn't you say hello?" He said, "I didn't know if you want me to talk to you or not, because
you're a dickhead."
Yeah, because people kind of don't want to be recognised. So, but they were mates.
Yeah,
but he was a dickhead. So I think it was just funny. But the Ray Liotta fake laugh there,
great.
That was the only time too. Shoeless Joe was pretty deadpan the whole way, and
absolutely.
But that bit, he just broke character and just cacked his head off.
Yeah,
it was really funny.
Yeah, it was good.
Anyway, that's my.
Now I've spoken about this. I think I spoke about it last week, but the Chicago White Sox, the New York Yankees, were scheduled to play a regular season Major League Baseball game at the park adjacent to the movie set in Dyersville, but it got postponed due to COVID. So it happened on the 12th of August, 2021. So as part of the pre-game ceremonies, Kevin Costner walked out of the corn with the Field of Dreams music playing, the James Horner score, and then he got about 20 or 30 metres into the field, and then out of the corn came all the players from the Yankees and the White Sox. I was watching this live and was bawling my fucking eyes out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It's Major League Baseball, are the greatest at doing shit like this.
That was phenomenal.
Mate, it is.
Yeah.
And then there's a 7-minute video on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I did watch.
It is and Kevin Costner gets to the end and the music playing, he just says, "Is this heaven?"
Absolutely.
And mate, the crowd just goes fucking
Yeah, it would have been
mental,
unreal.
right?
Yeah.
But the White Sox beat the Yankees 9-8 on a 2-run walk-off home run in the 9th inning after the Yankees had hit the lead in the 9th inning.
Wow.
So yeah, like an epic game. They've since played another one again, but that.
But Kevin Costner came out. He stood there for
Mate,
at least a minute before the players came out.
Mate, for ages he just stood there and was.
He played.
He was acting his tits off.
He played the. He was absolutely. He was like he was in a movie.
Mate, he was acting his tits off.
He really just waited and let it build up and let it build up and let them, because that music would have been playing over live, so that whole crowd in the audience can hear that music too.
Yep.
And Kevin Costner just played it beautifully.
Yeah, he's incredible.
And then the players were like, wait. Okay, let's walk out now.
Yeah. So the voice.
Oh yeah,
is uncredited as himself.
It's God.
It's the voice himself. So there's rumors that it's Ed Harris because it's Amy Madigan's husband, but there's also
And they've acted in about like 15 movies together.
Yeah, speculation that it's Ray Liotta, Busfield, or Costner.
I think Ray Liotta said it was him. Or there's he said it was him, but it's never been.
It's never been confirmed.
It's very hard. It's a whisper. It's a loud whisper.
So here's a Gow stat.
Oh, I love these.
So in September 1997, this film was shown on television instead of Lethal Weapon 3, following the death of Diana, Princess of Wales.
Oh.
So you know how, like, after State of Origin, Lethal Weapon
they always
plays?
get Lethal Weapon or one of their stock,
Lethal Weapon plays. A Lethal Weapon movie plays after every fucking State of Origin ever.
Yep.
They've got something similar in the States. But they changed up the programming and they played Field of Dreams.
Much more appropriate than Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
Lethal Weapon 3, I tried to watch that the other night. It was such rubbish.
It got panned out of the gate. Remember, because there was quite a bit of stuff about the racial stuff in it and the Chinese jokes.
I didn't get that far. I just
that's
turned
four,
off.
isn't it?
Four. No, it's
Four's
four,
the
right.
Chinese one.
Because Jet Li's in that
Yeah,
one.
that's
I turned it literally after 10 minutes. I was like, I cannot watch this.
Well, Lethal Weapon 4 is the one where it's like a fly lie.
Yeah, that's right.
You plick.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. No, it was at the time.
Hey, just got for you. You know, you said before about Amy Madigan. I just came across this. This is the women that were considered for the role. Karen Allen.
Oh, see, Karen Allen works.
Rose the Lost Ark.
Kim Basinger, Jamie Lee Curtis, Gina Davis, Jodie Foster, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, Demi Moore, Michelle Pfeiffer, Meg Ryan, Molly Ringwald, Renee Russo, Susan Sarandon, Ali Sheedy, Emma Thompson.
I take all of them except for Ali Sheedy.
Thompson.
And Sigourney Weaver.
Well, some of them can't be true, because I saw this thing on the blokes to play Kevin Costner's role, and one of them was Christopher Lambert. And I was thinking,
was he going to do somersaults on the mound?
How's some French accent bloke going to work in this role?
Well, when they say considered, I guess that's only the director or the producer saying.
Well, the agent.
His
agent goes.
These people.
Somersault Lambert would be amazing for this.
But Kurt Russell was apparently also on that list that I read. I was thinking, are they just putting names down here now?
Well, I think. Yeah. Well, you know, like Quentin Tarantino's like, he's gone like, I want this. If I can't get this guy, I want this. So maybe they were just people under consideration that maybe said, no, I don't want to do it, or never got offered.
Quotables, gentlemen. G-Man?
I just had a couple little ones because we know, I'm sure, have you written down the long one, Whitey? You might do that.
Oh, no, I haven't, because it's one of the great monologues.
Yeah.
So I haven't written it down.
I did like a couple of funny ones, like when Ray first goes with Shoeless Joe Jackson. Don't we need a catcher? If you can hear the plate, we don't.
Yeah.
I like that. There's some funny ones like that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then, hey, how about a warning?
That's what I got too.
Watch out, you don't get killed.
Yeah, that's great.
That was a brilliant
one. Good one too. I know I get to one was when they get to the ballpark. He's like, "So what do you want?" I want people to leave me alone.
Oh, that's great.
No, I mean, what do you want?
Yeah.
Talking to beer.
They got 2 hot dogs and 2 beers, $7.
Yeah,
mate. When I went to Yankee Stadium, I felt like I got anally raped, and that was in 2003.
How much?
It was the beers were like $12 then.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
What about the 3 guys just standing with the arms crossed behind the counter?
Yeah.
And then the one guy says, well, the other guys just stay there. Like an attention.
Good direction. Good direction.
Yeah, but that's a bargain. Yeah.
Well, we have spoken on Listen to This. We have spoken about Matt Damon and
They were in the
Ben
crowd.
they were in the
apparently?
crowd at Fenway
Uncredited.
Park.
Could you
Yeah.
see them?
No, you
No.
can't see.
No,
them.
okay.
No, they're just in the crowd.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're obviously Bostonites. So
Yeah, big time.
Bostonians. What do you call Boston? people?
Bostonians.
Bostonians.
Right.
Yeah. Damo?
Once James Earl Jones is everything that he said. I don't give interviews, and I'm no longer a public figure. I just want to be left alone. So piss off.
Yeah.
I thought piss off was an Australian thing.
Yeah. That's excellent.
Is it?
Piss off, Max.
Yeah, piss off, Jack.
Piss
Gibbs
off,
on.
Jack. Gibbs on.
Piss off. I laughed my head off. That thing made me laugh my head off. And then when he's going, why are you kidnapping me to a baseball game? And he's like, well, may I? Oh, please. Want a cup of coffee? No. Want some cookies?
I like because so you're kidnapping me. Yes. Well, yeah. Okay. So,
You're seeing a whole team of psychiatrists, aren't you? But the when back with Archie and Ray Liotta or Shoeless Joe, he had two pitches at him, and then Ray Liotta called him over. Shoeless said, "What do you think this is going to be?" He says, "Are they going to be low and wide or
Low and
away?
Yeah, or in your ears?"
So look for low and away,
He said,
but also look for it in your
Watch
ear.
out for it in your
he
ear.
said, "Well, he's not going to want to load the bases, so he's going to give you low and wide." Okay, cool. But watch out for it in your ear. Yeah, that was pretty freaking funny.
Yeah, it's good.
So then Archie got his he got out, but he got a run spattered in.
It was a sack fly.
A sacrifice. So his record still stayed the same.
No hits.
Yeah.
No hit.
No, yeah.
Not, it's not a recorded hit.
Okay. But he got a guy home, so he's happy with
He
that.
did. He did. Okay. I love.
Oh, sorry. You go.
Hang on
Go.
a sec. You can go out. Just wait for him to stop cooking.
I just like that one.
Go.
We have talked about Mark being an asshole, but
Fuckwit.
I do like it when he gets introduced. He goes, "And who's this?"
Oh, that's
Terrence
funny.
Mann. Hi, how you doing? I'm the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
And they're
Well,
all
no, he
laughing.
said, "Who's this, Elvis?"
Elvis?
Yeah,
Who's this Elvis?
That's right. He goes,
And
I'm
I'm the Easter Bunny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Terrace Man just cacked.
I think that Moonlight Graham's got some of the best, most poignant lines, and some of the ones that really hit home to me. We just don't recognize life's most significant moments while they're happening. Back then, I thought, well, there'll be other days. I didn't realize that this was the only day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very poignant.
Like, I love that.
He said some really.
Yeah, and there's another
Good.
one. There's another one that he does when
being a
Ray
doctor?
says to him,
Yeah.
50 years ago, for 5 minutes, you came within. You came this close. I would kill some men to get this close to their dream and not touch it. God, they consider it a tragedy. Son, if I'd only gotten to be a doctor for 5 minutes, now that would have been a tragedy.
I know you did. I didn't see that coming. You go, oh wow, good
Yeah.
comeback.
Mate, and I also do like Amy Madigan. It's a good baseball field, Ray.
You know, you could if you had that. I was watching it like from their bedroom window. You could see it.
Yep.
It's the sort of thing you just look at it. Your field.
Yeah.
Okay, how cool's my
Be
baseball
amazing.
field?
Be amazing.
It's just like you can watch it, just like you can watch a fire. I just watch my baseball field. Just
I do
staring out of there.
I do love Shoeless Joe to Moonlight. Hey, rookie,
Yeah.
you were good.
Now I
You
did
were good.
that really did close out Moonlight Graham.
That's him.
story
It's all
very
he
well.
needed.
But it also was a nod to Burt Lancaster's acting career.
Yeah.
Of it too. Like, hey, you were
You
good.
were good.
Like, because that was his final
Yep.
movie. So that's what they just said. It was also just a nod to Burt. So it was the double.
So one
The
of the
2 for
great
1.
one of the great monologues happens at the end of the movie where Terrence Mann stands up and
People come.
and really repeats what Karen the kid has said.
Yeah.
People come, Ray.
Yes.
It's one of the great monologues.
Oh wow, baseball, and the whole team walks behind
Yeah.
him.
And the music,
Yes.
like it's building to a crescendo.
And so he's standing there, he's delivering this
Yeah,
speech.
they all
the whole
stop.
team, they all
They
stop.
all walk
They all
in,
walk right behind him. They back him up.
Yeah.
It's baseball for this country.
Yeah, mate, incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh, people will come, Ray.
Yeah.
They will. People will most definitely come.
Yes.
Oh, that's not bad.
I nearly did. I nearly did listening to that.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 degree of Kurt Russell.
Already
We've had
given it
this
to you.
before. Yeah, you have done that.
Yeah, the parts that were for Kurt Russell.
Yep.
was
And
really
I've
fun.
also, but he's also in 3,000 Miles to Graceland.
Yep.
With Kurt Russell. We've had that before. Okay, film school for F-wits. Now, we've spoken earlier about magical realism, just to explain to some people about what it is, and then some great films that use it. So magical realism. I'm going to sound a lot like Morgs here because I've actually written something here to
God.
read out, which Morg says he never does. It's all off the cuff, which we all know is bullshit.
Rubbish. Dan Malden.
Magical realism is a literally. I'm really good at it too. Magical realism is
Even
is
better.
a literary and cinematic style that blends fantastical elements with the ordinary, creating a world where the extraordinary is accepted as part of everyday life. The genre juxtaposes the mundane with the mystical, often using subtle, almost imperceptible transitions between reality and fantasy. Characters in magical realism typically accept supernatural events without question, highlighting the real and surreal coexistence.
Wow.
This technique allows for deeper exploration of complex themes such as identity, culture, and memory while challenging the viewer's perception of reality.
Wow, this is full on.
This is film school.
Yeah.
So I've got 5 films that I think fit quite well into this category. In no order. Number 1, Big Fish.
I don't know it.
Okay, directed by Tim Burton, starring
Oh,
Ewan McGregor,
God.
Albert Finney, and Billy Crudup. A frustrated son tries to determine the fact from fiction in his dying father's life. So Albert Finney is Ewan McGregor's. Albert Finney is an old Ewan McGregor,
Right.
and Billy Crudup is the son. And on his deathbed, Albert Finney's been known to be this storyteller, and he's telling a story of his life, and it's replaying it, and it's all true. Like it's from Albert Finney's
I
perspective.
think I know the movie.
It's a
you're talking
good.
about now.
It's got that big giant guy. It's actually a pretty cool film. Oh, Gal. Fuck Gal. For God's sake. What are you doing?
I said, hold on.
It's
Mate,
not,
I cough
it's not
about
good enough.
I cough about 30 times a
Yeah,
fucking
I know.
podcast. Okay, number 2, Life of Pi. Directed by Ang Lee. A young man who survives a disaster at sea is hurtled into an epic journey of adventure and discovery. While cast away, he forms an unexpected connection with another survivor, a fearsome Bengal tiger. Now, this movie is pretty incredible because it's the story he is telling, and he is replacing the animals with the humans that are doing the evil things to each other on the boat.
Right.
Yeah. And you can choose to see it as a story of this, or whether of the animals, or whether it's a story of the human condition. So it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible film. I saw this at the movies quite a couple, 2 or 3 times at the movies. This movie blew me away.
Yeah.
Really loved it. Third one, a very big step away from Life of Pi. Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Right.
Directed by Edgar Wright. Great director. Michael Cera, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and Kieran Culkin. In a magical, realistic version of Toronto, a young man must defeat his girlfriend's 7 evil exes one by one to win her heart. It's like a video game.
Right.
It's awesome. Have you seen Scott Pilgrim?
I don't
No,
think I
I haven't
have.
seen it.
Yeah.
Mate, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's quite funny. It's really worth a watch.
Yeah.
Good movie. This is one of the great movies ever made, and blew me away. Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, Benicio del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo, yes.
Not what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yes,
I flip you. I flip you for
That was
everything.
a weird. That was it was set in the Spanish Civil War. Or
In
something,
the
or-
phalangist Spain of 1944, the bookish young stepdaughter of a sadistic army officer
Yeah.
escapes into an eerie but captivating fantasy world. This movie is unbelievable.
It's so weird too,
Yeah.
though.
It's very Del Toro.
The effects those creatures.
Oh, mate, the creatures. The Doug, what's his name? Doug Jones, who plays, who's in all his movies, plays the thing with the eyes in its hands.
Yeah.
What a movie! And if you've not seen Pan's Labyrinth,
Creativity like
go and watch it.
to
It
the
is fucking
ramped
brilliant.
up to 100. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then the last one, Damo, one we're probably going to touch in a couple of weeks, Groundhog Day.
Ooh,
Yeah, good one.
Obviously directed by Harold Ramis, the movie that broke Ramis and Bill Murray's relationship forever, essentially, until he was on his deathbed. Andy McDowell stars with Bill Murray. We all know narcissistic, self-centered weatherman finds himself in a time loop on Groundhog Day, and catches back up with Ned Ryerson.
Needle Nose Ned.
Needle Nose Ned.
Sure as heck fire. Yep.
So that's 5 movies that use magical realism as their heartbeat. And I think that Field of Dreams can slip quite comfortably in with that.
But as I said at the beginning, there's so many kids ones.
For sure.
You have Mary Poppins, your Chitty Chitty Bang Bangs,
yeah.
Peter Pan.
Absolutely.
Well, what about The Green Mile?
That's a great one.
Yeah, really good one. The other one I liked was Big.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Big's a really good one.
Yeah.
That was a
There
real
is
good movie.
there is so many if you start thinking of those
And-
age swap ones. And
A lot of Steven Spielberg movies.
Yeah. The other one I liked was About Time. Do you remember that when he realised he's a time traveller?
Yes.
Yeah, it's with Rachel McAdams.
Rachel
Anything
McAdams.
with Rachel McAdams. Clearly.
Domhnall Gleeson.
Domhnall Gleeson.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's Brendan Gleeson's son.
Yeah. Bill Nye.
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah, a really good movie. Really good story.
Yep.
Oh, you know what I watched the other night too? I've only ever seen it. The second time it was on, it was Yesterday. Which is the same
that's-
thing.
Yeah.
the Beatles.
When the Beatles aren't
That's
ever around.
That is magic.
It's a really
because
good movie.
the whole world forgets
Doesn't
the
know about
Beatles,
the Beatles.
except like 4 people.
And then, except those people come to his concert and
Yes.
they're like,
Yeah, we remember because they think, you thought they were going to be onto him.
and he's they're like, no,
expose him.
thank you for bringing it back.
He remembered it all. It was it was
It's a good
kind
movie.
of funny movie. Yeah.
Yeah, well done, gentlemen. That's it for film school. Hope you learnt something. So I'm sure you probably didn't. Kick-ass credit song. I'm on the mic. This one's interesting. I went through many different tune and melody situations.
Let me just ask you a
Rhythm.
question.
Take a
And
chance. Take a
melody.
chance.
Were
take a-
you-
Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance.
Abba, were you inspired by the nose of the leopard?
I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't.
All right.
But this, because
That's
I
a
actually
shame.
wrote, the middle of the song first, and it was going to be to more of a bit of a Trisha Yearwood country ballad,
jeez.
because I wanted to cry again.
Yeah.
But here it is. It's called "Get Fucked, Mark."
Oh, jeez. You really don't like him.
I don't like Mark, and look. This is probably going to take a couple times. This is going to be Gow-like, I think,
The Thrill of the Grass.
until I get the tune.
Can we change it to The Thrill of the Grass?
We could change to the Thrill of the Grass, not this time. I'll write another one as the Thrill of the Grass. Raise a 60 kid who got too cool for his dad. He stopped throwing catch when he died. He felt bad. Married a hippie, moved to Iowa. Had a daughter Karen and a pickup for a car. Life's pretty perfect till he heard a voice. He did what it said. He didn't have a choice. Redhead glasses, bro-in-law Mark. He's gonna rip him off. He's a bit of a shark. Would you plow into your corn, build a baseball field? The voices from yonder just won't yield. He'll put the whole farm at risk from his wife's ugly brother just to throw some catch with the husband of his mother. Is this heaven, they say, when their feet touch the grass? If you build it, he'll come. This feeling won't pass. So he plows it, he builds it. Expectation rises. Money is dwindling. There ain't no surprises. He waits and he wonders he may even be... he waits and he wonders he may even fawn. When after a year, there's a man on the lawn. Ray was right all along not to sell his land. Fuck all on the dollar was Mark's grand plan. People lined up the street, each one $20. Ray was right all along. Mark, go and get fucked.
Jesus. That was such a complex. There was so much in that.
There's
Was
a lot
that,
in there.
was that the longest ones you've ever written?
It was.
was,
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yes.
It was non-stop.
That was very Queen.
was a lot-
like a
It really ramped up in the middle. With the
like an
middle might have
opera.
been your
It's like
bit
an
that you
opera.
wrote first. It just went.
What I do like in all of your songs, you throw a random rhyme in there.
Yeah.
Like you get your husband's mother.
How good was
Like,
that?
I'm still trying to work it out.
You
Mate.
can say dad. You can say, but
No,
no,
no.
but it's got a rhyme.
Yeah,
right?
so because what I'd gotten was I had gotten from the brother, and I'm thinking from his wife's ugly brother, just to throw some catch with the husband of his mother.
I
It's
heard
his
it.
dad. It's
It's
so good.
Clever. There's
Mate.
another. Yeah.
It's another level.
That's what
it's
poets
not,
do.
It's not Nose of the Leopard.
No, but
And-
that's yeah.
It's definitely not. Your one last week was great too, Gao.
Well, what was it called last week? Something.
Oh, thanks. I asked Dan or
Yeah.
It sounded
Just
like
ask Dan.
it
Help us
sounded
out,
like you
Dan.
made
Help
the
us out,
melody
Dan.
up on the spot, kind of.
We all do.
Yeah.
Well, because you know what? You know why we have to do that? Because we don't use other songs.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Pull, pull, tug, tug. Anyway, there we go. Another kick-ass credit in the bag. Star of the show, Damo.
I have to go for that mullet,
Costner.
Costner and his mullet. Actually, this would have been a good kick-ass credit song for you. You've got a mullet.
Yeah. Would have been great.
Yeah. But you know what? He wears it so well, you forget it's a mullet.
It's a really neat.
You forget it's a mullet.
It's not like the harsh mullets of nowadays where it's just like
A hullet.
yeah, it's just like chunks
Yeah.
out of the side. His
It's
mullet,
not an NRL mullet.
it's a
No.
beautifully layered, really nice worn mullet.
You got a mullet and aubergine slacks.
You got a mullet, Field of Dreams.
Yeah, that. I mean, really, yeah, mullet.
Pussies are wet and women scream.
You got a mullet. You hate your dad. Build a field. Money's now bad.
You know what? That's me.
G-Man.
You've gone Costner. I was gonna go with Costner, but you've gone there. So I'm gonna go with James Horner.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the music. I
Horny.
really think, I think that was great. James Earl
was.
Jones is right in there for me
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
He's fantastic. I think the dynamic between the two of them is really, really good.
It's a buddy cop.
It's a buddy cop. But yeah, I'll go with James Horner.
I like that you've gone for James
Because I think he infused all that lilting, nice.
it
music,
makes the movie so
but
much
all the
better.
20s music that
It's
reference
fucking
back when they're
amazing,
playing the
mate.
game. So that
It's
just
incredible.
takes you back to the era of all those guys coming out of the
Yeah.
20s. So I thought that
It's
was really well done.
The riff, the piano riff, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Yep.
I'm going Costner, and what wins it for me is when he looks at Archie after the sack fly,
Okay.
and it just cuts, and it's just him smiling,
Giving
and
him
they
the
just
nod, yep.
and they just cut, and
They
they leave
know.
it there,
Yeah.
and it's just I just go, you're a good looking man,
Yeah.
and you're you're absolute fucking superstar.
Yep.
Costner for me. Ray Kinsella playing catch with his dad. The rank bank. This was difficult.
Yeah, I thought it might.
Really, really difficult. I've got a few here. Plowed cornfields, book burning Nazis, ghost stories, great baseball fields, hot dog chokings, dickhead brother-in-laws, and daddy issues.
Daddy issues.
Wow. Shoeless
Wow.
Joes, Moonlight Grahams,
Yep.
Dog and Beer,
Dog and beer
In your ears.
In Your Ears,
in your
Low
ears.
and away.
Low and Aways.
All right, they're all good. They're all good. You know what? This was
Red combis.
Burt Lancaster's last film.
Oh yeah.
So I think in honor of Burt and in honor of Archie, we're going to go Moonlight Grahams.
Moonlight Grahams.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. So we're going to start with you, Damo. How many Moonlight Grahams are you giving Field of Dreams?
This is a really, really good movie, and for a man, it is really emotional movie.
Yes.
It's you're going to have your happy tears. I'll guarantee it.
Did you? Okay, can we stop? Did you cry? Or
I'm holding him back. Yeah, no, definitely. Mainly the bit where Moonlight Graham crosses the stripe,
yeah,
and helps the little girl. It's like, oh my god,
that's his chance.
that bit just it is really, you can just feel it. It is. It's not too many movies that you just feel it. The emotions are actually one of the, it was really funny. It was really, mate, this is, you feel this movie. It's
once you see the dusty boot over the line, that's
the last 30 minutes. It's as you said,
it's non-stop. It's bang,
you are
bang.
holding it back the whole last 30
for
minutes.
sure.
Although I was thinking when he was walking, I was like, is he not helping the girl? What's happening to the girl? She spent a lot of time on the ground by now.
Yeah.
That's right. Her lips are only a pale shade of blue.
Really, yeah. I'm assuming you.
I cried 7 times in this movie.
Right. And Gal, yeah.
I didn't cry. Got a lump at the end. Like, it's
Oh,
obviously
mate,
it's
I'm
emotional
welling
at
up.
the end. When he
Definitely.
plays catch with his dad. That's
It's hard not to be emotional in this movie. So I love it. I think it's a really brilliant movie. I'll give it 4.5.
I cried. 4.5. Well
Yeah.
done.
Damo.
I love that. Love that, Damo. G-Man, how many Moonlight Grahams are you giving Field of Dreams?
For all the stuff Damo just said, in total agreement, I'm going
back.
to give it 4.25 Moonlight Grahams.
Good score. Good score. Well, I cried a lot in this movie. I actually cried again doing my notes.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, writing stuff down. A lot of those quotes from Moonlight Graham about I didn't realize this would be my only day.
Yeah,
Like that is when you think about that and you go back and think about your life.
Yeah.
It is so fucking poignant. A lot of the stuff that's said in this film is so poignant.
Not many movies have that effect on
No.
Yeah.
on an audience.
No. And it's so clever that they've used sport as the conduit.
Yeah.
And it's so clever that they've used a father-son relationship, but an older man.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because we could be either of those people.
Yep.
It's
Once you
so
get to a certain
fucking
stage in life,
smart.
you can. I also think that it's a movie for the whole family. I mean, anybody
Absolutely.
can watch it.
Absolutely.
It's not just not a bloke sports movie.
Absolutely.
It's not a love story. It appeals to everybody.
Okay.
And the surprises, it's a surprise. Everything's a surprise. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah. The
It's
last
just
30
it unravels.
back
It
to
unravels.
back,
Yeah.
like oh shit!
The last 30 minutes is flawless.
Yeah.
It's one of if the last 30 minutes is one of the greatest last 30 minutes in the history of cinema.
So you
Look
blue
at it.
shit on.
All right, mate. All
They
right.
win.
30. Nice work.
Sweet. See you, mate.
I'm giving Field of Dreams 4.25 Moonlight Grahams.
I agree, guy.
Nice.
And I've got to say, I considered 4.5. But 8.5 out of 10 is where it sits for me, and I love this movie.
Yep.
It will not be condoed.
No.
In fact, I'm considering watching it again tonight.
Well, that's what I think because I was so late to the party. Like I've watched this twice in the last year,
Yes.
and I watched it once, and I just thought, nah. But I was like, oh, I really, really like this movie.
Has Jackson seen it?
No.
Yeah.
No. I should have. Yeah, I'll have to show them. The
Yeah,
kids.
it's one to show the kids, I think.
Yeah.
I'd like to sit down with Belle and Luke.
But like I said, I didn't when I was 18 or 19, or maybe I was 19 when I watched it. I just didn't
get it.
Nah, I didn't. But it's when your life changes.
Well, I think I got something different out of it. It was a baseball film for me, and it was about the baseball side of it and that side of it, and you know what I mean. I think it was really
It hits a different part of you because when you have a different relationship,
100%.
It changes. Yeah,
That's what it does.
100%. G-Man, where does that put Field of Dreams?
That puts us at 4.33 Moonlight Graham. So that's equal 4.33 Hard Decks for Top Gun Maverick.
Ooh.
Once our early leader. 4.33 King Shit Cops for First Blood.
Oh, yeah.
Underscored.
Thanks, Borgs.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
right above 4.31, What's in the Box?
Oh,
7.
7.
Yeah,
Great
7.
movie.
And right below, 4.42 underrated 80s movies girlfriends for Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's
Interesting.
overrated.
Yeah, interesting that Field of Dreams and First Blood are below Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, it is actually.
Mad
to be
Max
honest.
2 was just above that at 4.44 Golden Youths. So,
And that's thanks to Damo's 5.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a 5 every day.
So, yeah, that puts us in spot 25, or I should say equal 23rd.
Yeah, okay. And look, I'm happy with that. Top 25% of the movies.
Yeah.
A lot of movies, 7, Usual Suspects, Die Hard, Full Metal Jacket, all around it.
But there is no movie like this. There is nothing like this.
No, you're right. You're exactly right. It's unique.
Yeah.
Unique New York. Unique New York.
Oh, he's,
What's that from?
is that an ad on
Nope.
TV for?
It's Anchorman.
Oh,
That's what
because he's doing his vocal warm-ups.
warm-ups.
Yeah.
Okay, so well done, gentlemen. It's in the rear view, Field of Dreams. We turn the lights off, and we've collected our last $20.
Are we going to go there to Iowa?
I'd love to.
I reckon it's worth a trip.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'd love to go
Because
there.
Walk
to go
out of the
there,
corn.
I would think that would be a sensational trip.
It would be.
Just go there, probably obviously go to New York, then go to Chicago, then go across to Iowa.
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be such a good trip.
Love it. Let's do it.
Yep.
We need to find a sponsor.
Yeah.
Qantas.
I'll just keep making my
Just
surfboards.
Qantas. Keep making your surfboards. Okay, next week we look forward. G-Man is going to be away for the next 3 weeks.
What?
Yeah.
He's doing a huge global jaunt for Born to Watch.
Promo tour.
Pressing the flesh. Kissing babies.
It's, what I love is I love that we can divide and conquer here, that we can keep the home fires burning, and G-Man can go to all parts of the globe, really pushing that Born to Watch message.
Yes.
Yeah. Inclusivity.
International
We're
correspondent.
a global brand.
We are a global brand.
We are prestige worldwide.
We've actually been
Worldwide.
starting
Close
to
and hose.
we've actually been starting to make a bit of an impact in Sweden in the
Oh, well,
last few
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, well, the Swedish porn saved my life in Nam.
Swedish pump.
Swedish porn saved my life in Nam.
What's that from?
That's from Semi-Pro, the Jive Turkey scene.
Oh my god!
It did not, you Jive Turkey. Hey,
Just because
no
one uses the JT. Okay, next week we've got a Dan movie.
Oh
a Dan
no! And I'm
suggestion,
here.
and you are here.
Oh crap!
We're going UK Gangster, which is very similar to The Guard, which is Dan's really last choice, which I loved. We did love The Guard. It's a great film. We're going Ray Winston, Ben Kingsley, Sexy Beast.
You will.
Yeah.
Great movie.
And I reckon this is going to be a 1 for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless I watch it twice this week.
Yes.
It's a good flick.
It's a good flick.
Okay.
It's very different.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
And it keeps you on the edge of your seat.
it does.
Oh,
It's good.
spoiler
Beautiful
alert.
locations set in Greece.
Okay.
Beautiful locations, locales.
Spain? Isn't it in Spain?
It could be Spain. Could be. Sorry, it's the English. They always go to Spain.
On
don't
the
they?
Costa del Sol, I believe.
Oh, gee, man. Have you and Dan been there?
I've been there.
Right.
I went there with my Canadian friend, Farmer Save Dave.
Oh.
Shout out to Dave. Yeah, we went down there, bit of touring, got ripped off by the locals.
Nice.
Of course. Any tens?
Plenty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Spanish, mate.
They're good sorts.
How'd you go?
Oh, mate. Yeah. No good.
Beating them off with a stick.
We know what that means.
Yeah.
You know what that means. Gentlemen, thank you so much. G-Man, enjoy your offshore work.
Yep.
For Born to Watch. Spread the word.
Will do. I'll speak to you in a few weeks, people.
Looking forward to
Okay.
that. Damo, next week, Sexy Beast.
Sexy Beast. All right.
Named after you.
True.
Yes. Till next week, people. It's been an absolute pleasure. We loved Field of Dreams.
Great movie.
Watch it again.
Go.
If you've not seen it in a while, get on it now.
Take your tissues.
Which ones?
The
happy or the sad tissues? The happy or the sad tissues?
Sad tissues. Different box.
It is a different box.
Use the 3-ply, and yeah.
There is a different box because you can't use the aloe vera ones for the happy tissues.
What's in the box?
On that note, people, share to your friends, share to your enemies, share the love.
Share it.
See ya.
Bye for now.
Let's hit the showers.